Alright. Let's see. Good. Okay, let's just see if everything's working. Please work. Is it? Are we? Can we? Can I? Yes. Okay. Well, hello everyone, it's your favorite programming error that just refuses to be fixed, CodeErr. Now, it's been a while for me. A few days. So I am happy to be back, I suppose. Very happy, in fact. But it is still I still have to get back into it. Have to get back into the swing of things, figure out how to do stuff and things and stuff and all that. Plus, I'm sure a lot of people aren't expecting me to stream anymore because they've grown so used to me not being there. Oh no. In any case, I am back. Also, to those who are watching this as an archive, for you, you didn't even know I was gone. For you, nothing will have changed. Ooh. It's amazing, I know. So right, we were talking to Sakura again. It's been a while, so if I am missing some key info, feel free to come right out and inform me about, you know, missing out on stuff. Because I am a forgetful person sometimes. Also, we're just sharing the info, I guess, right now. Because, right, she did ask us to check on her, and we kind of did question her. And I guess now we're telling her all about it. Sakura forms a light smile. I make a sullen face at the sight. Honestly, I wasn't really keen on spying on her in the first place. Not to mention that I didn't gather much useful info. I don't feel good at all receiving that kind of compliment. I see. Okay then. I mean, yeah, we do have the result of she's probably not the suspect. Debbie, welcome! How are you doing on this fine day? Hello! I hope you are doing well. I hope you've been doing well the past few days. And the resub. I should have seen it coming, but I didn't. Thank you for the resub. It is very, very much appreciated. Seriously, thank you. Have I been gone such a long time that you already have to resub? Didn't think that would happen. In any case, hi, it's good to be back, by the way. I've missed streaming the past few days. I've really missed it. Didn't have my birthday. One day late. Ah, sad. I was thinking about it. As I said, I did arrive yesterday. But I felt like I needed one day to just chill out and, you know, properly settle myself back in. And yeah. Plus, since it was Madness Day, I felt like, you know, that's a thing. The new Deltarune chapter came out. I know that came out. I have avoided watching any stuff on it. I have avoided watching stuff on it as much as possible. But sadly, YouTube is being very mean to me and showing a bunch of it to me in my recommended. Which is horrible. It's horrible. Don't worry though, I will play the new chapter soon. In fact, I will replay the first chapter when the time comes, because I haven't played it on stream, I think. So yeah. I'll replay the first chapter live on stream and do the second chapter. Won't be able to watch? How so? Have you yet to play it for yourself? Don't worry, it'll probably take a few more days before I get to it. On Sunday. This Sunday? Because if it's this Sunday, then... well, let's think about this, okay? Tomorrow is Friday, so that's gonna be Friday Night Funk. And after that, I'm actually gonna do one more Genshin stream. Because, well, there's been a new story update. And then I'm gonna do this game again, and then I'll do Deltarune. So yeah, and I'll replay Chapter 1 first. Also, I saw that. Thank you very much for the subscription. Also, 7-month resub. Wow. I hope to have a great time myself. But thank you. Thank you. But yeah, okay. In that case, you can play that. Don't worry, by that time I won't have streamed it yet. Because yeah, I'll do one stream where I replay the first chapter, and I probably will make it a challenge like what I did with Undertale, not using any healing items. I played through the entirety of Undertale on stream without using healing items. I think I can do the same for Deltarune Chapter 1. And as for Chapter 2, I'm not sure if I'm gonna challenge myself in any way, because that's gonna be a blind playthrough, definitely. I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Phoenixian, welcome. Thank you so much for the resub as well. Both of you. It's appreciated, it really is. I've honestly missed streams. The past few days, I mean, you can't say that taking a nice little trip, having a nice little vacation isn't relaxing, can't say that. But honestly, I have to admit the fact that I wasn't able to stream during that time did kind of stress me out a little bit. I missed this so much. For future reference, 10 days of vacation is a little bit too much for me. I think I can't. If I take that vacation for that long, it'll just wear me down. Ironically enough. So yeah, it is good to be back. But now I'm not making any progress again. So I apologize for that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing the new Deltarune chapter, definitely. That's gonna be hype. Also, alright, you got Baal. Nice. I did kind of try to go for her a little bit, but I didn't try too seriously to draw her character, to pull her. Yeah, I didn't try too seriously to pull for her, but I did push a little bit into it. So far, in fact, that I think next time I do a 10-piece wish, I think I am in Hard Pity. So yeah, next time I wish, I'm definitely gonna get Hard Pity. So gotta save that for when an important character comes back. Though I think I still have the 50-50 to deal with, so you know how it be. Also, Fastback, what's up? How is it going with your tsundere? Get here right now because I'm at a restaurant? Ooh. Someone might potentially be on a date. Again. It's a possibility, guys. It's a possibility Fastback might be on a date. 8 wishes from a 5-star and... Or a 50-50 loss. Yeah, 50-50 is a thing that you have to worry about. I'm kind of scared of it myself. Yeah, ask the man. Please no losing. 50-50 is a wonderful thing. I'm not sure for how long I'm gonna hold on to my my gems and everything right now, because again, I'm kind of hoping for, well, let's face it, a Klee rerun won't happen for a long time because she already had a rerun. So the best thing I can hope for right now, I think, is a Zhongli rerun, unless there's another very good shield character that's coming out, in which case I might draw for them. Because I really need a very powerful shield in order to use Klee more effectively. Here we are talking about Genshin when I'm playing ReZero. How did this happen? I don't know. I really don't know. I should press on. But yeah. Also looking forward to playing Genshin again. That's another thing. That's also, hang on a second. A lot less offended when I call her anything besides, oh, a lot less offended. Well, progress. You're cracking the tsundere. That is how it should be. Rob, what's up? What's up? Everyone is here today to celebrate my return. accompanied by 2 resubs already. I do not... Man, it's good to be back, honestly. And, you know, before starting, I did kind of check my statistics, and I once again noticed we're like 10 followers away from the next milestone. So, you know what that means. Soon it's time for me to get into the votes and look what's been happening. Though, last time I checked, I was able to see a trend. And I am scared of what people are voting for. I am scared. Oh well. I don't know how we are so close. I honestly don't know. What? There was... I think it was because someone followed me with like a bunch of different alt accounts. I think it might have been a bot. Because they didn't even say anything in chat. And they did kind of have the same username, a similar username on all of their accounts. Don't know why that would happen. Don't know why someone would just be like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna follow you a bunch of times and don't do it and not gonna do anything about it. I mean, I'll take it, but okay. 100 was not too long ago. Dude. The Slender stream was not too long ago. And that was like for what, 50 followers, I think? Wasn't it? And that was not too long ago, so... Talk about 100 being not too long ago, and now we're getting close to 200. I just... mind blown. How much do we think ReZero will take? As in the stream, because the stream will be just as long as any others. As for how many streams it'll take to finish, that I honestly don't know. I don't know how long this game is. I really don't. Judging by the fact that we've only died, what, once, I think, so far? Or did we already die a second time? I am not sure, actually. I think we only died once so far. And no, we only died once. And knowing ReZero, we're gonna die a whole lot more. Also, fun fact. When I opened up my recording software to prepare everything for a stream, I don't know why it happened. But as soon as the recording software was done loading, for some reason the Scream alert activated. I was just preparing everything, setting up, and suddenly, as soon as my stream software loaded, boom, Scream. Did someone redeem the alert while I wasn't streaming, and it kind of got pushed into a backlog and redeemed the moment I set everything up? Is that what happened? Because I honestly don't know where that Scream came from. Honestly. Well, it was certainly an interesting surprise. Your last December been a... has it really been that long already? Jesus. Time sure flies. Doesn't end, it just loops. Redeeming Scream was... Was it you? It was you, wasn't it? Damn it. Well, you didn't catch my reaction, so haha. I wanted to say something else. Oh, right. Genshin. It's good to be back home because now I can finally play Genshin with proper controls. I've been doing my dailies on mobile, and the mobile controls were... Oh my god. Oh my god. You can't imagine how... Oh, I hate the mobile controls. And doing that for 10 days was absolutely horrible. Thankfully, I've been able to put that behind me now. Yeah, you did kind of get me though, Rob. You did get me. Mobile is so bad. I mean, it was a necessary evil I had to endure just to get my dailies. Study periods in college on my phone. It was Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still playable and doable, but at least for me, I get damaged a whole lot more, and for some reason, I don't know how it's happening, because I don't think my finger is anywhere close to my burst, but for some reason, I keep accidentally activating my burst sometimes, and every time I do, I have no idea how I activated it, because I'm always sure that my finger was nowhere near. Actually, usually it happens while I switch characters. Sometimes when I switch character, the moment I switch to the new character, it automatically activates my burst, and I don't know why. So glad I'm back on PC right now. So it's the new event with mobile controls. The fishing event, you mean? You mean the fishing event? I mean, I think the fishing event was fine because you only had to press one button anyway, so... Big respect to those, yeah. I couldn't do it. I can only do it, like, as a means to get things done when absolutely necessary, but I won't play the mobile version any more than I need to. Well, I guess Rob is just more used to mobile controls. Okay. We've been playing for 15 minutes, and I've gotten through, like, what, 5 text boxes, maybe? This is going very poorly when it comes to progressing the game. So who knows, ReZero might really be going on forever at this point, so... Spectral Investigation, since I hate floaty... Oh, the floaty things, yeah, they are annoying. But, you know, Klee's explosions usually reach high enough up into the air to hit them, thankfully. So they aren't too big of a deal, for me at least. But they are definitely still annoying, yeah.
屋敷の前でってラッセルさん商人組合の代表とか言ってたけど
そうですよそんな方がクルシ様のお屋敷を出入りしていた匂いませんか
Yeah, there's definitely something going on here. These heavy attacks and Charles Oldham. Yeah. But honestly, those enemies can be kind of annoying, I have to admit. Like, seriously. I mean, it's an interesting new enemy type, don't get me wrong. They're just sometimes just a little bit too annoying to hit. Oh crap, that's a long message. 1 hour. Oh. One hour to 40 minutes. Only 12 days more weapon. Okay. Grind. Well, I mean, grindy games, meh. I mean, Genshin is a grindy game if you need resources to level up your characters, so you know. Other than Genshin, yeah, Genshin's story is nice. Plus, some of the events, a lot of the events are also really nice. And cute anime characters, yes. Maiden 2, huh. Okay. Well, I've got enough on my plate right now, I feel like, to play, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna jump into yet another MMORPG that needs to be grinded, because that seems like a lot to do. Plus, guys, I feel like I'm gonna bring this up. I have sad news. Sad news, everyone. I know I just got back from vacation, okay? But there's a very high possibility that streams will be either less frequent, starting soonish for a while, or I'll have to make them shorter, one of the two. Because the coming weeks I'm gonna be a little bit more busy. And since I am more busy, naturally, I'm gonna need to get some rest. And getting some rest is hard if I stream late into the night. You see the thing, so that is pain. But I will still try to keep up somewhat regularly, you know. But yeah, it is possible that the streams are gonna be either shorter or less frequent starting soonish. We'll see though, maybe I will be able to keep up. But I don't want to force anything. More since I have college work for tomorrow. Understandable. Understandable. Sneaky little lurk, and that is still appreciated. I will play it, remember that, if you redeem your weapon... Farm. Okay. Well, we'll see. Anyway, let's actually progress the game, shall we?
ひいきの商人が御用聞きに来たってだけだろ
まあもちろんそうですけどスバルちゃんたらすっかりクルシュ様にほだされちゃって
Oh, you don't... Someone's trying to make Subaru suspicious of Krush, which is definitely what you would do if you're trying to mess up our relations, and make yourself look better.
もしかしてエミリア様からクルシュ様にくら替えとか考えちゃってたり
Well, you know Subaru wouldn't do that.
そんなわけねえだろ。俺はエミリアタン一つ
Ah, I forgot the pain. The pain.
おかしなこと言い出すん
Don't.
じゃねえよ
The pain. The translation. No. Ah, why?
はいはいでもだったらそれこそちゃんと疑いの目は持っておかないと
Yeah, Subaru, be skeptical of those around you. Like, maybe those very close to you when it comes to around you. Like the person you're talking to right now, maybe.
言ったはずですよ怪しい候補者は3組クルシュ様もその中のお一方なんですから
Yeah, because you're definitely, totally not on the list. A demon weapon. Oh. Okay, I see. Yeah, there's a difference. I see it.
わかってるよ。でもだからってな。
I understand I need to be more wary, but that doesn't mean I should distrust everything and everyone. True, true, very true. Like Sakura said, there are 3 questionable camps, meaning 2 of them are being falsely accused.
スバルさんまた来てくださったんですね
And there's Melty, the one who should actually be accused.
おっと、本当だ。連日遊びに来てくれるなんて、さすがは親友だな。
Best friends, here we go.
会って数日なのにいきなり親友なんて慣れ慣れしいやつだな。
Dude, Subaru, you know he's your best friend. Come on. Well, other than Otto. Okay, he's your second best friend, but you're probably his best friend. So, let's leave it at that.
先に言い出したのはそっちだろ
One day at least 50% of yeah, it will take long the more. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. The more you level up, the longer it takes. That's how gaming works. Because otherwise you can grind the easy areas naturally. You're gonna have to get to tougher opponents, but even then, it slows down.
さくらさんと大事なお話でしたか
Kind of important.
大丈夫ですよスバルちゃんから相談されてたんです
Hmm.
エミリア様とメルティちゃんどっちも可愛くて選べないって
Oh, you know he's always gonna choose Emilia.
そんな
おいおい、聞き捨てならないぞ、スバル。
Wow.
メルとエミリアさん
I will never forgive this betrayal. Wow. Tiga be like, my best friend is doing this to my waifu. I will never forgive this betrayal for the rest of my life.
かけてない。メルティちゃんは可愛いが、俺はエミリアタン一筋だ。これ一日に何回言うんだよ。本人にはちっとも届いてねえのに。
Yeah. Wow.
スバルちゃん不憫ですねスバルさんくじけちゃダメですよ私は応援していますから
Everyone is rooting for him. Because you gotta root for the underdog.
それとティーガはどさくさに紛れて変なこと言わないでもう
やれやれ。これだよ。
It's been too long, really, it
俺か
has.
らの慰めがいるかい
いや、見てわかったよ。やっぱり俺たちは親友らしい。
Yeah, of course, the bestest friends. If you ignore Otto. But you can't ignore Otto. You can't ignore Best Boy. Tiga's pretty straightforward with his emotions, but Melty hasn't noticed at all. He may have the looks, but I feel bad for him in that regard. The trick auto killing is there. I feel sometimes... Kill a monster there for like XP. Oh wow. I mean that is a strategy. Turning the MMORPG into an idle game, I see. But okay then. I will never accept Melee as a valid nickname for Emiliaton.
さて、それじゃあそろそろおいとまするか。
あれもうです か？まだ来てくださったばっかりなのに。
Yeah, no, we gotta investigate.
俺も
See you
できたら
around.
メルティちゃんとお茶でもしたいとこなんだけど、もうすぐエミリアタンが戻ってくるからさ。
Pain. Translation
そう
pain.
そう、手土産渡すの忘れてた。レムが作った焼き菓子なんだけど、お茶と一緒にどうぞって。
焼き菓子。とても美味しそうですね。すごく嬉しいです。
よかったら、
Well, if she's happy, then we're happy, aren't we, guys? Come on.
喜ぶんだけど。
その一口ですよね。はい、その。
What's up now? Yeah, I'm a super here. Melty's eyes start darting around. Did I say something strange?
メルティちゃん、ごめん、俺がなんか悪いこと言ったんなら。
そうではなくてですね。
What? Yeah, no, what is going on? Ninja's classes are strong at the beginning. There's only one class weaker. Magic class. Don't know how to translate. Ninja because yes. Yeah, you need that speed and offense and just I'm guessing they have their advantage when it comes to avoiding taking damage and stuff like that.
どれパクリッと。
Oh? He's testing it for poison, huh? Is that it?
程よく甘くて外はサクサク、中身はふんわりしやがる。
Was she scared we were gonna poison her? Is that it?
いいね。
Huh?
作った子の可愛い顔が浮かぶ。
You know that would be strong later. Nice.
お前、そういうこと言ってるからメルティちゃんに信じてもらえないんだろう。
聞きたがってる感想を伝えたのに友達がいのない答えをありがとう。
It's very weak, like very weak. Couldn't fight any. Well, that's just rough beginnings make a greater person in the end, right? You gotta overcome your hardships to reach your full potential. I sound like an idiot, and I will just keep playing this game because that way I can stop saying stupid stuff.
やれやれ。とにかく感想はレムに伝えとくよ。それじゃメルティちゃん、またね。はい、
どうぞ。スバルさんも足元お気をつけて。
メル、
So what was going on here?
ティーがありがとう。ごめんなさい。
Why can she not eat? Can she somehow not eat anything? No, she has been eating, right? I mean, she was at the party we had. I'm sure she was eating something there. Why did she refuse to eat that stuff?
メルの謝ることじゃないさ。
No, honestly, what was going on there? What was going on there?
最後、メルティちゃんなんか変だったな。あんまり甘いもの好きじゃなかったか？
Huh. Yeah, no, that's bothering me as well. Must have been pretty rude of me to ask her to try some in that case, but still.
甘いもの嫌いな子でも甘いもの好きになるくらいレムの焼き菓子はうまいんだけどな。
Well, you can't know that for sure. But possibly you're right.
それで事情聴取はどうだった？
あんまり楽しくなかったかな。
Well, then you better start grinding, Rob. Or keep grinding, rather.
でも全然へっちゃらだったから、スバルは心配しなくても大丈夫よ。
You sure everything was fine? Or are you just covering up so he doesn't worry? Because you know he likes to worry.
とエミリアタンは言ってるけど、実際のところはどうだったんだ、レム？
Also stop bad translation.
はい。事情聴取とは名ばかりのぶしつけな取り調べだったと感じました。エミリア様もとても辛い思いをされたかと。
See, Rem is being honest at least. Rem is being honest. That's something you can appreciate. She also honestly told Subaru if he's being pathetic, so yeah.
あ、もうレム。
こらこら、レムを怒らないでよ。なんとなく分かってたことだからさ。
そうなの？
I mean, come on, we all know those dudes are massive douchebags.
だってエミリアタンってば顔に出るから。そんな暗い顔してたらわかるよ、そりゃ。
ごめんなさい。
Also, how dare you lie to Subaru? Very bad person. Amelia's apologizing, but if it went down like last time, then I already know what they talked about. They were actually probing her to see if she's the imposter. Almost like an inquisition. Wow. I think the royal castle is just trying to make a scapegoat out of Amelia, who's a half-elf, instead of trying to get the fake to reveal themselves. I mean, yeah, it's just what happens because she's half-elf. She's a half-elf. They be mean. They be racist. Favorite thing? There was a pen. Inkwell pen. Okay. You know, I'm not gonna call you weird in any way. But I do think it's interesting that that's what... Well, it also depends on the other gifts you got. But hey, if you like the pen, you gotta appreciate the pen. Are you perhaps Monica? Well, I guess Monica would also be a fan of the pen. So would Yuri, in fact. Especially if someone else had it beforehand. But there's nothing wrong with appreciating a pen. I mean, if it's what you like, then it's what you... if that was your favorite gift, then that was your favorite gift. Who is anyone... Why would anyone call you weird? I wouldn't. But speaking of Monica and that stuff, I know that the physical release was postponed to the 21st of this month. And today I looked on the page, saw that it said sold out, and I was like, did they sell out again in like 2 days? And I looked out at their official Twitter page and it just said, yeah, no, they delayed it again. Oh, so many delays for the physical release. Why you gotta delay it so much? I mean, yeah, I know virus and all that. Still, it's pain, it's suffering. And here I was, thinking it would get a release in time for my birthday, but no, now it gets released afterwards. So there's one potential thing I could receive out of the picture. Oh well. Can't do anything about that now, can I? The other gifts were just like socks and that type of stuff. Oh yeah, okay, I get it, yeah, socks. What a perfect gift. Sounds so bad. How do we fix this race? I mean, that's how the Council of Wise Men apparently sees it, because they're massive douchebags. And so are most people. What sold out? I thought it was sold out, but in fact, again, they just delayed the release again, but changed it from out of stock to sold out. They just changed how they described the state of it not being available. But yeah, the physical release of DDLC Plus. It is sad. I still really want that. I still really want that physical release, and they just keep pushing it back. At least this time they promised it would be the final time they adjust the release date. Hopefully they can keep that promise. Oh well, I guess I'll see. I'll wait. Once I do end up getting the physical release, I'll definitely let everyone know on Discord, because I'm gonna be hyped, and I'm gonna need to share my excitement. At the very least, that seems to be their priority. That means we shouldn't expect an impartial or transparent deliberation with them. But yeah, it's the thing, nobody expects the Lugunica Inquisition. Because we weren't aware that there even was one. Which is why we didn't expect it, yes. Regardless, the intel we got yesterday shows that most of the other candidates don't suspect her as the fake. Thankfully. We all believe the same, so the castle wanting to question her and pressure her to withdraw from the selection like that is just unfair. I mean, hey, they see an opportunity to get rid of the half-elf, and since they're massive racists, they're like, let's take this opportunity and throw her out. And that is how this world works. Nobody expects the Literature Club Inquisition. Well, yeah, you won't. Because the Literature Club is getting pushed back so many times that by the time it actually releases, nobody will expect it. So yeah, nobody would expect the Literature Club Inquisition at this point. Sadly.
そんな考えで王国を運営するとかちょっとおっかなくなってくるぜ。
No, you don't die, it just gets outright deleted if you don't join, which is even worse. Even worse than just dying, because nobody will even remember you ever existed in the first place. Which technically doesn't have to be a bad thing, because that just means that people won't be sad that you're gone. That's an interesting question, because if you die, naturally, people close to you are gonna be very sad and everything, and it's gonna bring down the mood a lot for them. And depending on how close you were to people, they might even be holding on to that for a very long time. And if you just outright got deleted, that problem wouldn't happen. I know that's pretty... it's still pretty dark. In fact, it is super dark to think about that. But I mean, it is a thing that is... just a thought, you know? Dying can cause pain, but... deleting just erases everything about you. No pain! No pain included. Monica guaranteed, yes! That is the Monica way. I mean, imagine, how sad would the main character of DDLC have been if he actually remembered Sayori dying, and actually dying by hanging herself. He would have been so distraught. But thanks to Monica, he didn't remember any of that and was able to continue living his normal happy life. For the time being, before everything got worse. But you know, technically speaking, at least in the very beginning, the whole thing of deleting Sayori actually helped the main character's mental state. That and the fact that he got reverted back to when the game started. But yeah, you know, slightly less deep question. If you died, would your ex be sad about it? I mean, I wouldn't know because I don't have an ex, and well, it depends. It depends if she still has feelings for you. Because that's always a thing. Depends on the circumstance of the breakup and all that stuff. I mean, if you're still on bad terms, then I don't think she would be sad. Some might say she would even be happy. But yeah. Yeah, exactly. If she still has feelings for you, then yes. If she loves you, then yes. It really depends on the circumstances. What are we even talking about? I don't know.
Emilia-sama, そろそろお約束の時間です。いけない。そうだったわね。スバル、私たちはこれからアナスタシアさんのところに行くけど。
Good person to visit. Gotta be serious, but at least we're not visiting Priscilla because I hate her. I hate her so much. So not visiting Priscilla is always a huge plus.
はいはい。ちゃんとフェリスの治療は受けてきました。今度は絶対ついてくからな。
Let's get going. Finish Beastars in like 2 days. Is it a good show? Is it any good? Because I know that a lot of people were talking about it a while ago. And I never really interested me outright, so I didn't watch it. And as of right now, I don't have any active plans of watching it. But if you think it's a good show, I might consider it, maybe. Didn't realize the main supporting sensei's voice. Ooh, Rock Daddy, yes. Battle Cats. I think I still have that installed on my phone. I haven't played it in a very, very long time. Like a very, very long time, but I did play it in the past, and I think I still might have it. It is kind of a fun game. Beastars is good. I actually watched it in English. Huh. Interesting. You know, speaking of, I'm just gonna say it, speaking of furry anime, there was actually one I watched that I thought was kind of good, which was, Brand New Animal, BNA. That was fun. I mean, of course it was fun. It was by Studio Trigger. That's definitely one huge plus. And they even had a Little Witch Academia reference in there at some point. It was just a short little reference, but gotta appreciate references to Little Witch Academia. Good show. That definitely made the whole rest of BNA much more fun to watch, because I knew that they definitely kept a kind of similar humor. So it was... That is one I could recommend personally. But yeah. Just want to say the intro, that's why I watched JoJo. JoJo openings, of course, amazing, you have to say. To Legend. Wow. Same more money spent. That's also another thing. In all my, in all gacha games I ever played, actually all games that don't cost money outright, I never spend any money in-game. I never do that. I always remain free to play. Because I don't like pay to win. That's just how it is. BNA, really great show. Yeah, there we go. You get it. Of course you do. Definitely interesting. Still, when I was really hesitant to watch it, partially because I was like, they didn't do a season 2 of Little Witch Academia because of this. They had plans for a season 2, but they decided not to follow through and instead went on to do BNA. Which was why I was, in the beginning, I was very hesitant to watch it, because I had some unjust resentment for it, because it wasn't Little Witch Academia Season 2. But once I got over that and actually decided to watch it, I did in fact like it. Had my favorite outro, not the song, but the beautiful... Yeah, the art style, oh... Little Witch the art style Little Witch Academia overall. The classic Trigger art style is amazing, but yeah, the outro art style of that was also really nice. Actually, I think BNA has a similar outro art style, if I'm not mistaken. I think it has a similar outro art style, if I'm not mistaken. Possibly. So yeah. Beautiful outro. Simplistic. Beauty of Little Witch Academia outro. Yes. But yeah, I think the BNA outro is similar to that. So, yeah. No. Game currency for you and XP boosters. Too much pay to win. Still, I prefer not to spend money in games that I already can play without spending money. You're right, I'm getting distracted. But is it a bad thing? Is it a bad thing? Maybe. Maybe it is a bad thing if I want to progress the game. We're never gonna progress this game at any point soon, are we? Oh boy. Oh, but speaking of gacha games, as I mentioned this in the past, but I'm playing the Konosuba mobile gacha game, Fantastic Days, and I recently finally did it again. I did 250 character pulls on one banner. Because when I go into a banner, I go into a banner. Like, seriously. I constantly keep saving up my gems in order to be able to just spend basically as much on a banner as possible. But 250 pulls. And I basically got all the characters that were featured on that banner, which was nice. Because, you know why I always like to save up? And why, when I do pull for characters, I like to go for 250. Because once you do 250 pulls on one single banner, you can get one featured character off that banner of your choosing. You can select any of the characters featured on that banner, pick that character, get them for free. Which is why I like saving up for limited time banners with special event characters, and then when I see one that I really like, I just toss 250 in there. Or, well, toss the currency for 250 pulls in there. And then in the end, if there's one event character I didn't get, I usually pick that one, otherwise I pick the one I got the least copies of. Just to power them up a bit. Alright, that's enough distractions right now, don't you think? Unless chat distracts me again, which is possible. Plus, you know, There was an event crossover between the Konosuba mobile game and ReZero. So I actually have Emilia and Rem in the Konosuba game. Those are the only 2 ReZero characters you can unlock. And I have them both, so I'm happy. Plus, it also gave me the chance to unlock Megumin in Rem's outfit. And seeing Megumin in a maid outfit was definitely a plus for me. What is B&A short for? Just watched the outro and I want to watch it now. Brand New Animal. It's short for Brand New Animal. Good old Studio Trigger going at it. Not Little Witch Academia cool, but it's good. It is. Honestly, the show itself, the art style, amazing as always. It also mainly focuses not so subtly on the whole theme of racism. A bit. You know, just a little bit different proportion. Instead of just color of your skin, there it goes by. Are you a normal human or a beast person? If you're a beast person, you are heavily discriminated against. That is the basic gist of it. This basic setup you need for this story. Perhaps have darkness. Oh, I have many different versions of darkness. That's the thing about the Konosuba game. Every character has so many different variants you can get. In which they have different elemental attributes, slightly different moves and stats. I have at least one of every single character, definitely. Including event crossover characters, which only exist as the highest rate of characters. Like, all the event characters from crossovers, which I think there were 2 crossover events at this point. One with ReZero and the other one? I'm actually not sure. Something dungeon. Might have been the dungeon only I can enter. Not sure. Haven't watched that anime. Don't know the characters. Just know there was a crossover. And yeah, all the event characters are 4-star characters, which is the highest rating characters can have, and I have all those as well. Anyway, yeah, so I do have darkness. Same as B-stars about racism, really. Carnivores versus herbivores. Ah, okay. We don't need... Thankfully, you can't have more than 1 darkness on your team, okay? You can only have 1 of each character on your team. Thankfully. Otherwise, I would just make a full team of Megumins and just blow my enemies away. Blow my enemies to Kingdom Come. Imagine, your team can consist of up to 5 characters. Imagine I just have 5 Megumins all casting Explosion. What the fuck is going on? Oh, but that would be amazing. I'm pulling maps now. Alright, you do that. You do that. Anyways, thanks for checking in. It's appreciated. If Krush isn't a fake, then it has to be one of the remaining 2, Anastasia included. I have to be there to protect Emilia-tan and to weed out the fake and expose the truth. Hey, leave Julius alone. He's kind of a douche. But he's alright. He's to ashes. I'm a... Explosion! Honestly, I don't even have Explosion equipped as Megumin's ult anymore. I changed Megumin's... Well, I can still use the Explosion ult if I want to, but I actually changed it to one that deals even more damage, but is only a single target attack. Explosion is multi-target, but deals less damage. But I unlocked a new ult for her, which is single target, with more damage, and it's... Can you guess it? I think I might have mentioned it in the past as well. I'm gonna say it. It's the gun from the Konosuba movie. Legend of Crimson. Yeah, the gun that they used to shoot Sylvia. That's her alternate ult I unlocked, which deals even more damage. And it's a guaranteed crit every time you use it. Hey. Megumin's explosion is what charges the gun in the movie, so you know it's still gonna be the same. Plus it has the same effect. Megumin immediately loses all her health and is useless for the rest of the fight after using it. So, yeah. But that's how it is. Naturally, Megumin is the only character whose ults make her basically die. Like, all the other characters can use their ult, keep fighting, even charge up their ult multiple times and use it again. Megumin uses it once, and then she's out. It doesn't matter how much health she had left, she's out of the fight permanently. That's just how Megumin is. I shall not ever change Megumin's explosion. Okay. Also, Fastback, hello! Back from your date, I assume. I'm still... I hope everything went well. I hope everything went well for you. Don't worry, we haven't played a lot, because, you know, I keep getting distracted. And someone has returned, I see. But yeah. Oh, Rob. Well, now where? You know Fastback and his tsundere roommate? You know the two? It just happened. And it seems to be going well, so that's all you can ask for. Alright, let's get going. And so we arrive at the designated spot, a tavern in the royal capital. Is it the same one we met Anastasia in earlier? Hello, Tord! Again, it is good to see you. I've missed streaming so much, so it's nice to see everyone again. It is nice to be back. No bonk. Had to run home. She took my keys. Nice to know that she still has the same character. She didn't break her completely, I think. I missed all of you too. Let's go. The Tord squad is back. If I recall correctly, Anastasia and I had lunch here together last time. Well, she's not keeping it secret from Melia or you. Oh, she'll come sooner. Wait. I was gonna say she'll come sooner or later, but is this the day she gets attacked? It might be. It might be the day she gets attacked. Hello, Julius. Where's Anastasia? Where's Anastasia? Yeah, okay. Legs on fire. Well, got some exercise in, I see. Julius turns his gaze towards me. I stick out my tongue against his unpleasant attitude. Though he's just trying to be nice. And Subaru's just being Subaru. Wow. Jeans and a black t-shirt. Ah, jeans. Definitely not the best pants for running. Pain. Julius, shut up. I mean, Julius is... interesting. He's trying to be a nice dude, but I can see how Subaru sees him as annoying. Especially because their first encounter didn't exactly go over well. And Subaru is just too stubborn to change his opinion on him, I feel like.
ごめんなさいユリウス。奥まで案内してくれる？
はい、もちろんです。では、こちらへどうぞ。
Oh, so this isn't the meeting spot.
だって。ほら、ついて。
Oh wait, no, the table, right? Show the way to the
痛い
table.
痛い痛い。
That, yes. Don't fall.
来たみたいやね、エミリアさん。
Ah, you didn't. Okay, we went too far away. I see. Okay, good, good. At least it wasn't like a marathon.
レムと申します。メイザース辺境博の使用人で、お二人の世話係をしております。これはご丁寧にありがとうな。うちはアナスタシア方針。エミリアさんと同じ王選候補者の一人。
Well, maybe the alcohol will numb the burning pain in your legs. Fallen, and I can't get up. Yes, because she will definitely help you, because she's the type to get her hands dirty, totally.
今のところやと、候補者の候補者の方が正確かな。
A candidate to be a candidate for now. True enough, true enough. The official candidacy has not yet begun because we still need to find whoever is in here as a fake candidate.
アナスタシア様。
冗談やって冗談。そんなにピリピリせんと。それで、さっきから夏希くんはなんで折檻されてるん？
Oh, you mean the... What, was Emilia pulling him by the ear?
よくぞ言ってくれました。エミリアタン、そろそろ指を。
Oh, give me back my keys. Pain? Does she not have a car of her own? Why does she need to hang on to your car keys? Well, maybe she doesn't have a car of her own. That might be the thing. I mean, if you have multiple roommates, technically, as long as people don't need to go too far, maybe only one car is necessary. But oh well. Your car is fast. Oh, okay. Maybe she just wants to keep the keys because they're for your car. And she's obsessive. Could be. But she could never tell you that, because she's still a tsundere deep down.
反省した？
したすごいした。これからはちゃんと宿題もやるし、夜寝る前には絶対歯磨きもするから。
That's a good Subaru.
宿題も歯磨きも全然関係ないけど。わかりました。
助かった。エミリアタンと触れ合ってるとはいえ、耳がちぎれてからじゃ遅いからな。
安心してください、スバルくん。仮に耳がちぎれたとしても、フェリックス様ならつなげられます。
Yeah, but that would probably hurt a bit. My car is a Subaru, actually. How fitting. Hey. I don't think Subaru ever had his own had a car before he got reincarnated. But if he got a car, you think he would have gotten a Subaru just for the sake of it? Would have been interesting. Oh, why you were Okay, so it's a new car too. New car, huh? Well, unless, yeah, no, that's nice. I was away for so long that people's lifestyles have already changed. It's used. Well, it's new for you, so there. It's a new car for you. Also, I'm not gonna get involved into an argument.
ちぎれた場合の心配はしたくないかな。
And the moment I say that, I am immediately requested to do just that. Really. Oh yeah. How does one break up an argument? Shut up, sit down, eat. There you go. By the time everything's said and done, everything will be forgotten. So, that's how you break up an argument. Hopefully. I don't know. Just don't hold a grudge.
君はフェリスとチキなのか。それは意外なつながりだね。
患者と医者って関係だけどな。そっちはこの駅指導士か。
ああ、そうだ。それも応戦が始まるまでの話だ。
Yeah, because then you're part of opposing camps. I get that.
応戦が開始されれば、私やフェリス、それにラインハルトの立場は、この駅士から候補者の方々の専属の騎士となる。
Ooh, Tricky. I'm actually thinking of trying to rematch Tricky again tomorrow. I'm thinking about it, okay? Because Madness Day was this week, and trying to fight Tricky again might not be the worst idea. Okay, do I get on the side of my blue Subaru? Rem. Would match the color scheme, would be kind of relevant to Subaru as a character. Yeah, just full on anime design, let's go. Exactly.
私もアナスタシア様のために尽力する所存だ。もちろん、フェリスやラインハルトも。
Or just for the sake of it, no. Emilia. Just because. Wow, blue Subaru would be fitting for M, but I love Emilia. So she's going on there. Ah, pain.
君もエミリア様を支えるつもりなら、それを十分に認識しておくことだよ。
ご公説どう思う？なら俺からもアドバイスだ。
Same advice as in the anime or new advice?
その白い服でカレーうどん食うと。
Same advice he gave him in the anime, okay.
気をつけな。
Of course, of course.
なるほど、了承した。カレーうどんが何かはわからないが、機会があれば気をつけよう。
I wanted to punch you, but now is a good time. Who, me? because of the I love Emilia? How so? Just, you know, I have to be in the Subaru mindset. I mean, I'm playing a Subaru, I have to be in the Subaru mindset. Rem is just his side bitch. Sorry. Oh, that can. No. Moving on. Helios bows gracefully. Damn it. He returned fire at my snark with his own. Fuck Subaru's opinion. I mean, when you're right, but we are playing as Subaru. Well, someone's going crazy. Well, I would say that if said person wasn't crazy before.
私も同じ気持ち。だから今日も時間を作ってもらえてすごく感謝してるの。それならお互い様なんやし、お礼なんて言わんでもええって。とりあえず食事にしようか。ここは酒場やけど、おすすめはお酒より食べ物の方。きっと驚くと思うよ。
Yeah, Subaru won't be as surprised because he's already been here in a past life. Wow. Understandable.
そうなの？それはすごく楽しみね。
Afterward, the two enjoy a peaceful meal and conversation. I know full well how good the food tastes from last time. Although I was pretty nervous, so I didn't really get to savor it.
このハンバルガー、すごく美味しいわね。
Yeah, please eat this dialogue box. Is that supposed to be spelled that way? Please tell me it's supposed to be spelled that way and they didn't just... Okay. Moving on from this, Hambulgar.
せやろ？ うちもお供のコーラと一緒におってたまたま見つけた穴場なんよ。
Paper. Paper dialogue box, yes, that's the good stuff.
ここうちとエミリアさんだけの秘密やよ。他の人らに教えてしもたらダメやからね。ええ、わかったわ。でもなんだか悪いことしてる気分ね。
Really?
お腹が痛く
That's
なってきちゃう。
wow. Emilia isn't one to tell lies, so it's hard for her to keep a secret like this. Just, you know, don't bring it up. Her angelic smile always puts a smile on my face, but to be honest, I worry about her political endeavors when she becomes the next ruler. In any case,
まさか本気でご飯食べておしまいか。
yeah, you know Anastasia's trying to get info out of you.
不服でも
不服ってより肩透かしって方が正確か。アナスタシアさんが大商人なのを聞いてるし、もう鬼の追求があるもんだと思ってたぜ。
Wait. You know she's more subtle than that. She's subtle at getting info out of people. Oh, you did? Like full on the lips, or just like on the cheek? Or was it actually on the lips? Because in that case, look at you go. That's moving on. Wow. Again, part of me is really happy for you, and another part is just like, why not me? Why can't I find someone? Probably because I don't go out enough. Pain. Speaking of pain, was that necessary? My soul just left my body for a second. Dude. Oh, that's what you're doing, huh? What are you doing? Nothing. And that is what you are doing. Is that it? Huh? Huh? Is that it? I mean, yes, it is good to be back. It is good to be back for me too. But oh, I had one of those today before I started streaming. And now here we go. Yeah, I know it wasn't you, Fastback. I know it wasn't you. It literally says the name. I can read. Despite what people think, I can actually read. I've played visual novels on this game before. In fact, I'm playing one now. Ah, the pain. Okay. So that's the game you want to play. Still saving points? Yeah, and I know what for. I am aware.
いや、鬼違い。座ってて大丈夫だから。
はい、わかりました。何かご用命あればいつでもどうぞ。
Once she sits down, Rem returns to devouring her ham bulgar. The sight of her chowing down on something so big with her small mouth is pretty cute. And you're not gonna show me? Oh no, I wanna see that. Come on. Please, pretty please. Let me see that. Aww. 10.9k right now. Ooh, getting close. Getting close. Might have enough by either the end of this stream or or might achieve it during the next stream. Well, maybe not the end of the stream. But probably during the next stream you might be able to achieve it.
こうして見てると意外と女性陣
Also, if you keep norming on the dialogue box, be sure to norm on the parts that don't actually display any text, just so I can keep reading. Just in case. Rem takes small bites while Emilia eats in bigger chunks, albeit still remaining as elegant as possible. And then there's Anastasia.
一口が大きい。豪快。見てて気持ちがいい食べ方すんな。
あ、なん夏希くん。女性の食事をじーっと眺めとるやなんて、そんなん失礼やないの。
The norming continues, I see. Everyone be eating right now, except for me.
あと悪い。そんなつもりじゃなかったんだが。
なんて 冗談やって。別に怒ってへんし、怒る理由もないわ。うちも自分の食べ方にこだわりとかないし。
Okay then.
それに、なつきくんの目の付けどころはいいと思うわ。
目の付けどころ
Yeah, what? Huh?
料理の食べ方一個でも人間性が出るやろ。うちの食べ方もそうやし、エミリアさんや
Oh,
レムさん、
right, because
ユ
you're...
ースだってそうや。
She mentioned herself that she's a greedy girl, so that's reflected on her eating habits because she always she takes really big bites. Is that a thing? By the way, is that a thing? Can you really tell people's personality types based on their eating habits? I mean, I guess sometimes you can make some inferences from it, but really? Not sure if that's a thing. Or to how much of a degree it's a thing. Sorry. Buffalo chicken wrap. Okay, not having dialogue box is annoying. Because where do you put the words if there's no dialogue box to put them on? Words look bad in a visual novel if there's no dialogue box. Words against the background itself it just doesn't look as good anymore now, does it?
一緒にご飯食べて距離を縮めるんも大事。せやけど、他にもいろいろ得られるものがある。食事やってうちには勉強道具やもん。
So again, you're trying to get info out of us.
すごい。
There.
アナスタシアさんってそんなにいろんなこと考えてるんだ。
Of course she analyzes everything. That's just her character. That and that she's, as she described it, a greedy girl.
確かに俺もそこまで考えちゃいなかった。
Table etiquette can also reveal how a person conducts themselves. Anastasia's rationale may be unconventional, but it makes perfect sense. But while I'm busy being impressed...
アナスタシア様、お戯れはそれまでにしてください。
え？
バレた？もう、
Wow.
ユリウスったら真面目なんやから、もうちょっと引っ張ってもええやないの。
Well, again, you can probably make some inferences from how people eat. But probably not a lot, as I said.
この食事の席は友好関係が目的のはず。でしたら、私はお諌めすべきでしょう。
But we're establishing friendly relations too? Why is... In this particular timeline, why is everyone so eager to establish friendly relations with Amelia? When normally everyone seems to hate her. I don't get it. But it's just the royal candidates. And to be fair, Priscilla probably won't do it because Priscilla is Priscilla and you know that. But other than that, our bodies were felled, so we can trust her even though we don't really have proper relations with her camp. Krush and us have something going, and now Anastasia. Melty for a long time. Like, seriously, this is just... wow. Also, no throwing up that bad. Someone's gonna get rid of that. And it best be the person who done did it.
当選候補者同士、無用な火種を生む必要はありませんから。
はいはい、うちが悪かったです。結局どういうことなの？ご飯の食べ方でお勉強は？そんな口から出まかせやって。ただのご飯時の軽口の一種。堪忍な。
Huh.
俺結構普通に感心してたのに。
Well, she is still pretty impressive. You gotta hand it to her. That's why I think she would potentially make a good candidate. But still, compared to Krush, I think she doesn't quite live up to it as much.
ご飯の食べ方くらいで、そんなに人のことなんてわからんって。
Yeah, you need more info than that. But again, maybe someone's table manners might play into it at least a little bit.
そ、感心して損した。
I took everything she said at face value, but now I'm just disappointed, having fallen for her joke.
ごめんごめん。それじゃあ代わりにやけど、うちの目利きを見せてあげようか。
Hopefully slipping not because of anything you missed, but hopefully slipping because the floor is squeaky clean now. And wet. Hopefully.
目利き？
そうそう。
Also
例
intuition?
えば、そうやね。夏希くんは、もともとはちゃんとした家の。
Well, she's got him there.
仕事はまだ始めたばっか。
She's got him there. Well, specifically, it was his father who was so well respected. But wow. Anastasia B, really good.
読み書きはまだ覚えてる最中で、そこそこ体は動かせるみたいやけど、エミリアさんの護衛ってわけやない。
Okay.
どっちかっていうと、
She be in the know.
さんの方が護衛のお仕事はちゃんとこなせそうや。でも、今日の食事会のきっかけ、そもそも昨日エミリアさんがうちを訪ねてきたんは夏希くんの提案。
She's got him full on analyzed.
どう？合ってたんやない？
Like seriously, I mean, she do be smart. I can totally see her being, you know, the next ruler of this nation. I can totally see it. If Krush weren't a thing, she would probably have my vote. But as it stands right now, again, my vote would still probably go to Krush. So, yeah. Anastasia winks at me, my mouth hanging open in shock. She's spot on, hitting the mark on everything she just said.
今度は本当にすごい。ね、どうやってそれが分かったの？難しいことやないよ。育ちがうんぬんに関しては食事の作法。仕事始めの時期は指の綺麗さ。
See, so you were analyzing how him partially based on how he's eating. I knew it. I knew you could get some information out of it at least. Death is only imaginary in chat. If anyone dies in chat, just come back next time. Don't be dead, okay? Pro tip, don't die. And if you die, undo that. It's a pro tip that has been going on in my family. Like my grandpa, who already technically died twice. And he's still kicking. He's still going. Let's hope that it's not, you know, the whole third time's the charm thing, because that would be mean. That would be sad. But despite that, he do be active. He do be going on weekly runs, staying fit, despite the fact that he already died twice. That's how it be. So if you die, just think it over and then come back, okay? Confused if the other two roommates even know. Well, you could ask them, or you could just see if they eventually ask you about it.
字の読み書きは入ってきてからちょろちょろと壁のお品書きを見て百面相してるから当てずっぽ。うち自身は戦えたりせんけど、うちは自分の紙幣弾を持ってて戦えるコーラが周りにたくさんおるから。
Seven times. Okay, that is wow. Hoo boy. Like, Proper had to be rushed to a hospital and they had to try to bring him back. And then he was lying in the hospital for like a few days, trying to recover. Eventually being somewhat conscious before eventually returning back to the world of the living fully. But wow. 7 times, that is wow. That is wow. Okay, wow. Okay then. Well, respect to him for, you know, not giving up, just hanging in there every time. What is he? Is he a cat? Has he got 9 lives? Is that it? Is that what's going on? In which case, should probably be more careful. How to do 1, 2. Well, he's actually dead now, so 7. Okay, so 7. The 7th time did him in. Okay. Well, 7 lives is still pretty good. 7 lives was still pretty decent. The fact that you can come back that many times is... Well, at least I guess every time he died, he was in a place where he could be found immediately. Which is good. Because otherwise, yeah, the chances of being found, not so good. Because let me tell you, when my grandpa died the 2nd time, which, yeah, he's still around, but when he died the 2nd time, he was actually going for a run pretty late in the evening. It was already dark out, so basically in the night. He was going out for a run in the night alone, outside of town. We got lucky that he made it. We also were lucky that it happened during winter, so it was really, really cold outside, which definitely helped minimize any damage. Because you know, that helped too. But thankfully someone was driving by on a nearby road and saw him just lying there, and that is how he lived to tell the tale. It was only 50... Oh boy. Well, that was a short life then. That was a rather short life. But I imagine living just to, you know, keep on having these incidents all the time would also not be too fun. I don't know, how did he take all those times whenever he died? Was he like pretty chill about it, like maybe even joking, like, "Huh, I am not done yet," that kind of stuff, or was he like actually pretty down in the dumps about it? Because if that's the case, then maybe being out of it for good can be seen as a somewhat good thing, but yeah. So, like, still. I feel like we should move on from this topic.
身のこなしでそれぐらいはわかるんよ。あと、エミリアさんだけやったら会いに来るのは遠慮してもうたかなって。
Fantasy as romance? Not necessarily, so no. Still a no. Where I see it, he is no longer suffering. Yeah. That's why I was thinking about it too, because if that happened a lot, then, as I said, maybe it could have been... Well, don't want to say a blessing in disguise, because he's still gone. But yeah, at least, you know, as you said, the suffering. He's also gone. Well, throwing someone out of the window here is not going to do much, because I think we're, you know, on the you know, ground level. That's not gonna cause any serious damage. Anyway. Okay, moving back into, you know, this whole conversation with Anastasia and stuff.
ずうずうしいは傷つくけどそれ以外は全問正解だつかちゃんと食べ方参考にしてんじゃんちゃんと役立ててんじゃん
Yeah, see, definitely. Wait, how many stores are there? What do you mean, how many stores? Oh, torts. That, you don't want to know. Like, as for how many people are in that account, a lot. As for how many torts specifically, I think 3, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it 4 at this point?
レムもとても驚きました。アナスタシア様は素晴らしい洞察力をお持ちなのですね。褒めすぎ褒めすぎ。あれ？ユリウスから賞賛が聞こえんよ。
You already know Julius is gonna is always supporting you, so he doesn't need to say it.
さすがですとお伝えしたいところですが、アナスタシア様ならば特段驚きません。あなたは王になられるお方ですから。
And the poke. That's gonna cost you. That's gonna cost you your arm, maybe, potentially. I don't know.
それ、これ以上ないほどの賞賛やね。
Anastasia smiles, but I'm astonished at her remarks. She lowers the bar to make it seem like she isn't anything special, but had been planning a way to upsell herself this whole time. It's an enormous form of entertainment.
私もアナスタシアさんみたいにしっかり人を見る目があったらいいんだけど。
Let's stop trolling in the following thing. Wait, really? Well, I can tell you why I haven't been in the following thing feed for a while. Probably because I was on vacation. But if you honestly had to search me up right now because it didn't show me, then yeah, that is a problem. Probably I don't know why that would be the case. By anime logic, she can fix your arm. Huh. Of course. Through the power of love.
考えようやって。それに人を見る目があるかはともかく、エミリアさんはいい縁に恵まれてるんちゃう？エミリアさんのために一生懸命なコーラがおるんやからね。そうね。私もすごく頑張るわ。
Of course she will do her best. Even though her best is not necessarily gonna be the best out there. Especially when compared to other candidates.
なんとなくいい方向にまとまったな。
Pass anything unless the writer was a big troll and hit a bad ending. Hey! Not necessarily. The power of love can be overcome and it can still be a good ending. For example, the ending of the Konosuba movie. When the main antagonist used the power of love and hope and dreams to erect a barrier to protect herself, and the barrier was eventually shattered and she died. So love can in fact be overcome. The power of love can be overcome and it can be a good thing. What the fuck are you all doing? Well, now everyone's screaming. That's what everyone's doing. Should I join in? Nah, I shouldn't. It's the middle of the night. I should not.
そのようだね。これで君の目的は果たせたのだろうか。
目的って言うと悪巧みっぽいだろう。俺はいざって時エミリアタンの味方になってくれる人を増やしたいだけだよ。
比例を浴びよう。
He never means disrespect, but it comes across as that, huh? At least to Subaru all the time.
今この瞬間まで君を見くびっていた。君は私の考える以上にエミリア様のためを思って動いている。
Of course, honestly, he always has her best interest in mind. You should know this.
それは紛れもなく真摯な行いだ。それゆえに比例をお詫びする。
Julius does an exaggerated bow as he says this. He may be irritating to no end, but his chivalry is so exemplary, it makes me straighten my posture.
夏希くん、ユリウスは大げさなんが好きなんよ。驚くやろうけど付き合ってあげてな。
Here we go, time to make up and time to get along with Julius. Because we're gonna need him. When Petelgeuse Maniconti shows up. Still looking forward to that encounter. Whenever that's gonna be.
つまり騎士らしい騎士は騎士の面倒くさい部分まで完璧ってことか。
面倒くさいとは心外だな。こちらとしては友好的に接しようとかなり譲歩したつもりなのだが。
わかったわかった。
Oh. Seeing our exchange, Emilia lets out the laugh she's been holding in. Anastasia and Rem join in on the laughing. I'm in no position to fight back against Julius.
たく、これじゃ本当に楽しく飯食っただけだな。
And what's so bad about that?
そうね。
Can fool around every once in a while.
それでよかったじゃない。
Yeah, okay, every once in a while. There we go. Wow. Emilia, how dare you say the same thing I just said?
スバルの言う通り、友達100人じゃないけど、みんなと仲良くできたらって思ってたから。
Yeah, no, he wants you to appeal just to him, mainly.
それが叶ってくれてて、私すごく嬉しいもの。
ALT。
Emilia Tan really is a major angel.
楽しくご飯十分やないの。うちぐらいになるとそれだけでもいろいろ見えてくるんよ。例えば、
Really?
エミリアさんはうちだけやなくて、クルシュさんやらメルティさんやらとも仲良くおしゃべりしてるやろ。
That may be the case, but that has no relation to eating. You knew that beforehand.
そうなの。本当に何でもわかるのね。
She knows a lot. It's her thing. I mean, she's a merchant and information is just one of the many goods that can get traded. So, she knows how to get that info.
いやいや、エミリアタン、いくらなんでもそれは。
That's going way beyond the scope of examining someone through their etiquette. I am sorry, what? Fastback, what? Okay, it's one thing if your tsundere girlfriend does it, because, you know, at least you've got a... That's a different story. But with your little brother, if he pulls something like that, he shouldn't be surprised if you actually end up fighting back. Like, for what reason would he do that? Like, for what reason? Just out of nowhere? Just like, hey, what's up? Bam. Gone. Why? Ah, pain. Pain, pain. Punch him into the stratosphere. Yeah, I can see that happening. You know, I would say I'd feel sorry for your little brother. Because, you know, as the big brother, you would have kind of a little bit of an advantage. But after that incident, no. Just no. No mercy. Anyway, that means...
でも美味しい料理と一緒。下ごしらえが大事やってお話やね。
Key to negotiating. Get.
それっぽいこと言ってくれちゃって。
We managed to fulfill our goal of getting a bite out of Anastasia. But our opponent also had her fill. Knowing that, this meal of attrition ends in a draw.
やれやれ、かなわねえな。
そう簡単にはあの方は測れない。それがアナスタシア様という方だよ。
へいへい。そうだ、ユリウス。この雰囲気に水を差したくねえんだ。
Oh, are you gonna bring up the witch's cult?
なんだろうか。その様子だと大事な話と見えるが。
ああ、ひょっとするとだけど、怪しい奴が王選候補者の襲撃を計画してるって可能性がある。
Oh, or that incident. Yeah, that's also a thing. Right.
もしもおかしな格好の道化師みたいな奴を見かけたら注意しろ。
Hmm? Oh, it's the mask dude! It's mask dude! So, let's see the faces he got. Alright. He got his standard evil grin. He's also got happy face. He's also got angry face. And he's got I am defeated face, confused face, whatever face. Feel unwell face, I don't know. Mask Man. It is Mask Man. Wondering when we'll see that dude again, but we're just now talking about him, so... Just be cautious about that dude, yeah. After warning Julius, I look back at Emilia, engaging the others in a seemingly nice conversation. It really would be nice if nothing came of this. At least, I hope nothing does.
そんなわけで食事会でした。エミリアタン的には満足できた？
Yeah, do I? Not sure I do. Again, that was purely one-sided, I think.
すごく満足。スバルの目から見てどうだった？私、アナスタシアさんと仲良くできてた？
I think you did, Emilia. Very much getting along. Can breathe again? Good. Recover fully, so you can win the upcoming fight. Oh, but that's gonna hurt. You just know that hurts. Honestly, I am kind of curious as to the reason why your little brother would just do that. I mean, I don't know what kind of person your little brother is. Is he just the person who would do something like that just for the heck of it? Just for the hell of it, just like, yeah, I feel like punching my big brother in the balls right now. Let's go do that. I mean, could just be that he's that kind of person, but I'm assuming he had some kind of motive for it, but I wouldn't even know where to begin to imagine what could have prompted that kind of reaction. He laughed and then punched. Okay, so it was probably just for the hell of it. In which case, yeah, absolutely no mercy. Pee pee poo poo. I have returned. And I am happy. Welcome back. Welcome back. We just be chatting here. Currently, Fastback is recovering from a very serious injury and is preparing to end his little brother's life. And I am encouraging it. So yeah. He also broke both my... Even more reason to just go after him. I am not gonna talk you out of it. I'm not even gonna attempt to talk you out of it. Because A, it would probably be pointless, and B, because I kind of feel like he deserves a little bit of an ass whooping.
はい、レムの目から見ても、あ アナスタシア様もとても楽しんでいられたようにお見受けしました。きっと良い関係を築かれたものと。
良きかな良きかな。
Still, I know for a fact, well, not for a fact, but I know with pretty high certainty that one of the camps you've made alliances with is the imposter. So, making all these alliances, while good in theory, having the imposter be one of them, that could be a problem. I nod, reflecting on our plan to gain allies for Emilia. Of course, she hasn't made all that many friends yet, but her relations with the royal candidates are turning out for the better. In addition to Melty and Krush, she should have developed a good relationship with Anastasia, thanks to what happened today. Not to mention that Anastasia has the Iron Fang at her disposal, so she'll be pretty reliable. I guess I can include Julius in that. Okay, my legs don't work correctly. Again, recover. Rest up, make sure you're really good to go. Because any weakness that you show could be abused by your little brother in the upcoming confrontation. Just give it time, because I know that can hurt really badly. Hear him crying. Crying from laughing, or just genuinely upset? Maybe he's scared. Might have kicked his ass. Well, again, even if he is crying, it's not like he didn't have it coming, so might have deserved that. Well, hey, at least, you know, now you don't need to do it. Saves you the trouble. Maybe. Or maybe he's just acting to make you think that something happened, so you won't be mad at him anymore. Maybe that's it. Maybe there's all some big scheme to just like, okay, now if I act really sad and cry, then he's not gonna be mad anymore, but instead feel sorry for me. Maybe. That could be the case. Girlfriend is still, you know, or it could have been her. Be like, I'm the only one who gets to punch Fastback in the balls. Well, I don't know which one it could be.
あとは本当にエミリアを狙って魔女教が動くかどうか。
スバル、どうかしたの？
いや、なんでもないなんでもない。
That sounds like
ちょ
her.
っといいか？
Oh, she did seem angry. Oh. Okay. Well, again, judging by everything, he had it coming. She did your work for you. See? You know that relationship is going on well. Again, maybe I probably should feel bad for him, and I probably shouldn't condone violence like that. Especially because I don't know how old he is, so it might be, you know, condoning violence against children. But they gotta learn somehow. Make sure she didn't kill him. Well, if he's crying, he's still gotta be alive. Just make sure he doesn't use this as an opportunity to hit you again. Children, you know what? Debbie, you've got a point. Still, you can't condone violence against children, because that is just a no-go in our society. But sometimes you just gotta admit that they might have had it coming, at least a little bit. I mean, seriously.
はい、何でしょうか。
前に頼んでたことだが、どうだ？ その後姉様との共感覚は。
現状姉様からの強い反応はありません。
That's
ス
good.
バル君に言われてから普段よりも気にかけているのですが。
いや、ないならないでいいんだ。何もないならそれがベストだから。
On the other hand, no amount of preparing for a storm is enough. I told Roswell to be on high alert at least, but you know he won't care because this is all part of his plan. He said that he had his own precautions in mind, so hopefully he's enhanced security around the mansion after our talk.
当選候補者の人たちもいざことが起きた時に俺たちを見捨てるような性格じゃないと思う。
Yeah, let's hope so. Melty is obviously righteous to her core, and Krush is a noble who lives up to her calling. Then there's Anastasia, who bases her judgment on profits and debts. All it would take is a proper reward at the subjugation of the witch's cult to have her cooperate with us. Knowing all this calms my anxiety, clearing my mind significantly. All that's left is...
前回アナスタシアさんと一緒に襲われた相手が気がかりだな。
If the assassins were targeting the royal candidates, there's no doubt they'll strike again this time. I gave Julius a heads up, and it sounded like he took it seriously. That means any issues would stem from our
攻
end.
撃があるかもって思えてるのは十分アドバンテージではあるんだが。
But
スバル、さっきからどうしたの？私の周りをちょろちょろしてすごく変よ。
oh, he's doing the thing he did in the anime with Beatrice, where he just walks around the person. That would... How would you feel about that? Imagine you were hanging out with someone and they just, deep in thought, just start walking around you in circles. What would you do in that case?
スバル君、心配事があるのでしたら。
いや、そうだな。実は確実なことは言えないんだが。
My desire to protect Amelia has been making me act weird, so I guess I should let them in on what I know so far. I'm worried about mentioning the witch's cult's involvement, but it should be okay to at least mention that masked guy. As I mull over what to tell them...
実はなんだが。
Oh, is the masked guy attacking? Is this it? What was that just now? That masked freak? Masked clown! Get! Yeah. But okay, he seems to be here. But the fact that it looks like he was, if I interpreted that imagery correctly, he probably was looking at us from around the corner. She beat his ass. Standing up for you. That's what we like to see. That's a proper relationship. She's fighting your battles for you.
ここであったが100年目。逃がすもんかよ。
Oh, you're not gonna charge right at him, are you?
ちょっとスバル。スバル君、どうしたんですか？
エミリアタン、すぐに宿に戻ってくれ。合わせたくない奴が見えた。レムは一緒に来てくれるか？力を貸してくれ。
Here we go. The team up. It's time.
もちろんです。ですが、スバル、何かあるなら私も。
You know she can fight.
いや、ダメだ。エミリアタンとそいつは合わせたくない。パク、エミリアタンを頼む。
やれやれ、急な話だね。でも、リアのためみたいだし、了解。
That's how it works. Okay, they should definitely be safe.
スバルの言う通りにしてあげようね。
I should at least be able to get away from the masked guy if it comes down to it. I mean, Puck is incredibly powerful, as we all know.
ハックまでそんなこと言って。ダメよ。スバルは絶対無茶するから。
ここが無茶の
Maybe
し
we
どころ
are.
なんだ。ごめんな、エミリアタン。
Wow. So it was just like a dare, basically. Hey, you do that, it'll be fun. And your other little brother lost nothing out of it. Your other little brother lost nothing. He just gained maybe entertainment in watching both of his brothers suffer. Both you and your other little bro. Because you got punched in the balls, your little bro got beat up for it, And the one who instigated it got off scot-free. Still, why would you just do that? Hey, you want to punch him in the balls? Okay, yeah, I'll do that. That'll probably end well. Why would you just go along with that? To be fair, it's still your little brother's fault for punching you like that. Your little brother who punched you is definitely still at fault for just doing what your other little bro told him to. So he's not off the hook for that one. But still, the instigator needs to, you know, not get off scot-free entirely. My opinion, again, not condoning anything. I'm just saying what I think. Totally not saying you should do it, for the record. Totally not saying you should beat them up. Not me. I wouldn't condone violence like that, everyone. Would never.
エミリア様、申し訳ありません。スバル君のことはレムが。待って。二人とも勝手に。
Brother stupid. Well, in that case, they're gonna have to learn a lesson. I mean, I would. Yeah, see, yeah. Yeah, Debbie, okay. Yeah, I get that. I get that.
まあまあ、ここはおとなしく二人が戻るのを待とう。なんだか嫌な空気を感じるしね。
The voice of the people. Yes. The collective has spoken. So everyone is in agreement then. Good. The deed has been done. That was fast. Well, you know, Fastback didn't fast ass whooping drive by. I mean, yeah, it wasn't supposed to be a lethal ass whooping. It was just supposed to be painful, but not to the degree that they wouldn't be able to walk for days. So yeah, that's why it was over so quickly. It could have gone worse. Good old drive-by ass whooping.
戻ってきたらすごく叱るんだから。
こっちの方に逃げ込んできてたはず。
スバル君、もしかして探しているのはあれでは。
Wait, Rem, did you see him? Master? There he is.
でかしたレム、あいつで間違いない。
This could be a trap. He'll recover. Alright, we found the master, but I feel like this is a trap. I feel like he let himself get spotted to separate us, lead us into a trap because he knew we would follow him. And this is gonna end very badly. Fortunately, there's nobody else in this alley that will get involved. An empty alleyway with no one but he lured us into an empty alleyway with nobody around. This just screams trap now, doesn't it? Stop! You have violated the law. Stop right there, criminal scum.
レム、不意打ちでぶちかましてくれ。
It's a trap. This is totally a trap.
不意打ち可能ですが、相手は。
あいつは応戦の妨害を企む敵だ。放っておくとエミリアが危ない。
Yeah. Ram, you gotta trust Subaru on this, but I still feel like it's a trap.
わかりました。レムはスバル君を信じていますから。
Okay. That's a great meme. What, the stop right there criminal scum or the it's a trap? Which one of the two is a great meme? Probably both. Stop. You violated the law. Alright, anyway, let's... It's a trap, it's a trap. I feel like it's a trap. Her fighting spirit channels into the morning star grasp in her hand. It flies straight forward, towards the masked man's back. Trap! Trap! I feel the trap coming.
やった。
Do we get him?
おいおい、冗談はよしてくれ。こんな不意打ちで倒れてやるわけないだろ。
スバル君、離れて。
Ram pushes me away from herself as she screams out. The next instant, a dagger shines for a moment before it thrusts in the spot I was previously standing in. That masked clown had thrown it right as he avoided Ram's attack.
どこの誰かと思えば関係者じゃねえか。意外や意外。驚きや驚き。
Here we go. Combat incoming, maybe, potentially. Or an escape incoming.
決まってんだろ。
Oh, you changed masks.
死んだ王様の代わりを決めるバカな催しだ。
So he be angry.
こうにむしゃくしゃするね。
I think that's the first... Is it the first time we've seen him change masks? I'm not sure.
しかしまさか先にちょっかいかけられるとは思ってなかった。
Heard a baka?
ただの通りすがりと思わなかった。
Baka! I mean... You're telling me this dude is a tsundere, eh? Now, you're... Word baka has just become so acquainted. You know, tsunderes and the word baka. It just goes hand in hand so often that... I mean, you can... When you hear the word, you just have to think of tsunderes. I don't know. But it just... At this point, you have to think of tsunderes when hearing that.
思えるかよ。鏡見たことねえのか。そんな格好で職質されて逆ギレしてんなよ。
Stand-up mask.
全くわからん。だが微妙に予定外じゃあるが、ここで俺と出くわしたのが運の尽きだ。予定外。予定通りに進行させてもらうか。
Yep, he's gonna try to kill us.
かなりできる相手と見ました。スバル君、下がっていてください。
ああ、わかった。レム、頼む。
We should have brought Emilia and Puck. That would have really helped us in combat strength in this case.
はい、お任せください。
Rem faced the masked man, clutching her morning star. Someone say what my girlfriend calls me. Yes. The man doesn't seem to be intimidated, instead wriggling in delight at her intense gaze. Is he a masochist? Ooh. Oh crap. He's a creep. He's a creep. He's a creep. All soon no dare. Alina Masochist. Oh, okay. Of course. The Masochist. Since we don't know his name, should we call him that for now? After he shouts this, he lunges at Rem, beginning their battle.
悪くない。悪くねえよ、お嬢ちゃん。だが、そんなんじゃ当たらない、届かない。
Rem is gonna lose, isn't she? Rem presses the attack determinedly, but the masked freak continues his charlatan routine. The spiked iron ball practically flies, destroying the ground and walls around us, yet this guy just jumps around laughing and taunting us with small attacks in between Rems. But Rem manages to charge in, knocking away all the daggers in her path. Seeing this, the masked man retreats, dodging under the morning star. They're like a tide ebbing and flowing. Huh. And there is the smile. Good old... The return has come. Hello. Welcome to the stream. 2 hours late. Yeah, because I'm the type of person who complains about people showing up late, right? That's totally me, right? I complain about that all the time. How dare you show up late? Should have been here 2 hours ago. I hate it when people don't arrive on my streams. You better show up or I'm gonna hate you forever. That's how I am. That's the kind of person you've come to know. Isn't that right? Was it work? How dare you work? How dare you have a job at the exact time I stream? That is not very nice of you. No, seriousness. Thanks for coming. I do appreciate it. Alright. Going to Ergos. Well, yes. Good old I think, therefore I am. But how dare you make me read Latin? Ooh boy. But yeah, I think therefore I am. I don't see how that was relevant. Latin speakers in chat, Pog! Yes. Latin. That brings back bad memories. Gonna punch my brother again. Yes. Fair enough. Get that. I get that. Just again and again. No mercy. No mercy. But in case anyone asks, I am not the one who instigated this, okay? In case anyone asks, I told Fastback not to, okay? If anyone asks, I said I don't condone violence. Okay? Good. Glad we got that cleared up. The council has... Yes. The council has decided. Balance that may collapse at any moment given the slightest chance. Or change. I even stopped breathing, thinking it might break the harmony. The battle between the two intensifies, but as both of them dislike the stalemate, they attempt to change things up. But then... Mixed in with the clashing of the battle before my eyes is a small scream from nearby. For a moment I imagine I'm just hearing things. But then I listened in more carefully, and it all becomes clear. That scream is definitely coming from someone, somewhere. Wow, it became clear. I now know everything I need to know about that scream. That someone is making that noise, and the person who is making that noise is in fact somewhere. Genius! Genius! I know! It's brilliant. That's all the info we need. And it's not just one person. Is this just a massive distraction?
どうやらこの辺りがやめ時らしい。もっともっともっと遊びたかったかな。時間切れだ。残念無念。
Well, we're just gonna let him get away at this point, huh? Ignoring our shock, the man laughs loudly as he turns his back to us. I can tell he's trying to make his escape. Thank you, Ram. Ram lunges at him, his back seemingly poised to take the full brunt of her attack, but you lured her in so you can do a proper counter-attack. Is that it?
嘘だよ、冗談だ。そんな素直だと思って遊ばれるぞ。俺みたいな悪い男にな。
Imagine wanting a job just to spend on children's card games. Nice! Well, that is one way to turn that around. What do you mean make money to spend it on that? I make money from that. Perfect. That is just perfect. The ultimate comeback, yes. The moment Rem's attack is about to land, he outmaneuvers the Morningstar, charging at the maid. He turns a palm towards her. A brief flash of what's to come crosses my mind as I imagine Rem being blown away by his magic. Very nice of you not to kill. Now he wants to watch TV. What, you bro? Hopefully not with you. Because I feel like after that kind of incident... Well, I don't have any siblings, so I wouldn't know, but... If I were in that situation, I would like to have a little bit of distance from those individuals for the time being. But that is maybe just my loner self speaking, so... One intense sound effect later. Let me guess, it was a sleeping spell or something? After the jester lets out a scream, Rem's strength suddenly leaves her body as she falls to her knees. I have no idea what just happened. Or it could be that he might have been able to drain her mana. Because we know people can do that, but we know that not a lot of people can do it. We just know that Betty and Puck can do it, and they're both spirits. But there might be others who can do it, like maybe this jester was able to drain her mana and now she's basically defenseless. Or it could have just been a sleeping spell for all we know. What, me? You know what, say something to me. What should I say? I don't know your brother. All I can say is that why would one be so stupid as to just do whatever someone else tells you? Like, if anyone tells you to do something, like, for example, hey, punch your big brother in the balls, why would you do that? Don't just do whatever someone tells you to, even if it's a stupid idea. Because, okay, I'm using the classic parents argument. Like, if he told you to jump off a bridge, would you do that? You obviously wouldn't. So why are you doing that just because you were told to do it? Stupid. It's stupid. It's just real smooth brain action going on here. I thought that sound effect was some weird app on my PC or some shit. Yeah. Do unto others what you like done to yourself. That, yeah. You heard you. Well, again, it's just... It's stupid logic. And you can't just hurt someone and not expect some retaliation. That happens. That is natural. You can't... But okay. I mean, sure, if you... maybe the retaliation was expected. But just not to that degree. But still. Can't say you couldn't have seen that coming. Well, no need to thank me. I just... all I said was perfectly logical things that every person should already know. Just purely because if you're a decent person, then... You know what? Let's leave this topic. Let's leave this topic behind. And make sure Rem is okay. I rush to Rem's side, ignoring the masked freak as he jumps away. I shout desperately as I lift her limp body in my arms. Well, at least she's okay. Yeah, we need to figure out what that screaming is all about. Like, was this just... No, it couldn't have been a distraction because he said he wasn't expecting us to follow him. But a massive attack like that didn't happen. Like, in the previous loop around, what happened was he attacked us specifically because we were in Anastasia. This time he didn't do that. He got held up here, and now there's a crowd screaming. Like, honestly, what is going on? Yeah, we should definitely check that out. The masochist, as we now like to call him, spreads his arms and laughs. I can still hear the screams I heard earlier echoing behind him. Something bad's going down.
逃げるんですか。この卑怯者。
Well, it's not like Subaru can fight, and Rem is not fit for it anymore either, so him running away is probably the best case scenario for us right now.
今卑怯って言った。笑わせやがる。俺を指して卑怯。
He's angry that I told. Wow.
そうとも正しい。間違ってない。
Wow. Be angry. It is just... Yeah, sometimes people are just idiots. I honestly don't know what else to add to this conversation. Idiots be idiots, that's just something that happens. Who knows, maybe your brothers will get a few more brain wrinkles a little bit later on. Hopefully.
俺はウォルフ。
Oh, we're finally getting a name. So it was a trap of some kind. Oh crap, here we go. Karen stories, I'm gonna read that. Fuck you. I can take that. I can take the insults. Okay. Karen's are hilarious in card shops. One came up to me with a kid, and the kid wanted the infinite impermanence in the glass case, and I said that'll be $30. And then she said there's no way that small piece of cardboard is worth that much, and she asked for my manager, and I'm like, I am the manager, so I ask, you want the owner, because I'm the manager. And my roommate walks up and asks what the issue is. My roommate is the owner. Oh crap, that moment when everyone's acquainted as well, that just works out even better. And he said, I quote him on this, a Karen. And the Karen in a fit of pure rage. That is just perfect. But that works even better if the people working are actually acquainted a little bit more so than just being work acquaintances. I'm sure the work atmosphere for you is quite nice in that case. Well, other than, you know, having to deal with Karens. But even then, you can get a good laugh out of them afterwards, so... Doesn't help that I burst out laughing. Yeah, that's what I mean. Karens might be annoying, but you might be able to get a good laugh out of it afterwards. That seems like a pretty nice work atmosphere you got going there. I'm not gonna lie.
また会おうぜ、シャー君。とりあえずはこの状況を生き延び。
I thought you weren't gonna kill us. Or is he saying we're gonna die in whatever the fuck is going on with the other people? But in reality, we were the ones in a pinch. He let us go, not the other way around. That is true. Well, let's find out. Well, just being able to stand up doesn't mean you're fully okay. Running a card shop is pretty chill. There's a lot of stories to tell. Well, sounds like you have found a job for yourself that you actually enjoy doing. Which is always a good thing. Because if you actually enjoy doing your job, it will feel a lot less like a job. So yeah. For like 2 months or so, I see. Well, again, it seems like it really does seem like you're having a lot of fun, so yeah. Hopefully it'll stay like that. Though again, there are probably gonna be as with anything in that kind of industry, there's always gonna be some customers who are gonna try to ruin your day. But whether or not they're successful in ruining your day is always a different story. Again, as with the Karen story, you can always laugh about it afterwards, I feel like.
レム無理すんな。一体何をされたんだ。
わかりませんでした。感覚的に体から何かを奪われたような。
So, mana absorption, I guess.
何か奪われた。それって大丈夫なのか。
I'm guessing mana absorption.
はい、なんとか。それよりも路地から出ましょう。エミリア様が心配です。
Then again, maybe that's too obvious. Maybe he actually took something more important. But what could he have taken other than, you know, her mana? Because she seems fine, other than that, and, you know, the fact that she's kind of starting to recover, but... Yeah, what could he have taken? Because my first thought is just her mana, but there might be more to it than that. Genshin characters have a birthday voice line. Looking forward to logging into Genshin on my birthday when that time comes. Looking forward to that one. But I still gotta wait a little bit longer. And then I'll see that for myself.
そうだな。さっきのやつのことも永遠に知らせたい。とにかく一大事だ。
Will my roommate make a bunch of bets as well? For example, a speedrun race for Deltarune Chapter 2. Which I haven't played yet, but I'm definitely gonna be playing that on stream, as I was saying. Ah, I see. But that seems like fun. Again, I can't wait to get to Deltarune Chapter 2. I'm gonna be replaying Chapter 1 and I'm gonna do a no healing item run, which probably won't be too hard considering there's a character who can heal you, but I'm gonna try not to use Ralsei's healing either. Because that feels a bit cheap. If I say no healing items, I'm also probably gonna ban Ralsei's healing spell for doing Chapter 1. Well, besides maybe for the Javel fight, if I want to do the Javel fight, I'm definitely gonna need to use healing items. But playing through the game, through Chapter 1 itself, is gonna be easy without doing healing items, I feel like. Just, you know, the king might be a little bit of a tough fight, slightly at least. As for Javel, I'm gonna maybe try to give it a few shots without healing items. But I feel like it might be necessary for that dude. If I do him. Yeah, he is not as hard as Sans, that is true. But even then, I didn't do Sans without healing items either. When I did Undertale without healing items, I did the neutral route going into True Pacifist. as it were. And I'm gonna have to say that Undyne was a challenge. Definitely. But I surprisingly beat Metaton on my first try. Which I wasn't expecting because healing items actually play a big role in that fight. Because, you know, the Glamburger and everything, giving you extra ratings in addition to healing you. So beating him on my first try without healing items actually surprised me a bit. But yeah. When people say Javel is harder than Sand, it is nowhere near true. That is, yeah. Partially because Javel's fight is usually done a lot quicker than Sans's. Sans's fight just takes a lot longer, to the point where you use up your healing items over time as you move on. As for Javel, the fight is just far shorter than Sans, which makes it easier. That alone makes it easier. Plus, yeah. Hard boss in Chapter 2 is... oh god. Well, no spoilers please, I want to go into Chapter 2 blind when when the time comes. Definitely. I'm looking forward to it though. I really am. I really am looking forward to that. But yeah, I think I'll do a no healing run. Well, I can still heal at save points, you know, but no healing items or magic for chapter 1. After I'm done with that, I'll go back and do Javel probably. Try to do it without healing items, but if I can't, I can't. And then I'll move on to chapter 2. The reason I want to do Javel is just because he can give you some strong items. So, yeah. I think either his scythe or his tail, I think. So, yeah. These nuts joke when I saw Javel. Yeah, no Deltarune spoilers, please. There are multiple people here who still want to play that. Just told my mom that I told you he's such a little bitch. Wow. What's she gonna do? What? No spoilers, please. I'm guessing it's gonna be... Since in chapter 1 it doesn't really matter if you kill opponents or not, but you can choose to either kill opponents or spare them. I'm guessing starting with chapter 2 it starts to matter, since I've already heard that there are multiple routes, so I'm guessing there's gonna be like a pacifist genocide kind of deal going on. That's just a guess, please don't confirm or deny it at this point. I'll see it for myself when we get there. Yeah, she's gonna do absolutely nothing, that's what I thought. Ram and I hurriedly make our way out of the alley, but immediately after we are greeted with something unseemly. And yes, I know that chapter 1 technically does have different endings, but whether or not you do genocide or pacifist or neutral doesn't really have too many consequences. I think I'll try doing pacifist though. I think I'll try going for pacifist. Didn't even do... Tell us. Yeah, exactly. I don't know any of you as a person. I know your username, and that's it. I don't know your name, or any of the names of the people you're talking about, which means everyone is still anonymous. So you didn't do anything. Didn't do anything wrong, exactly. Rem and I hurriedly make... Yeah, I just read that. A sight of turmoil that has descended upon the entirety of the royal capital. I was gonna say everything looks fine, and then the smoke started coming up. I was just about to say, well, everything in the background looks fine. And here's the smoke. Well, behind the smoke, everything still looks fine. What do you mean everything's been destroyed? I don't see any destruction. I just see smoke. The once orderly construct of the royal capital has been desolated. What happened here while we were in the alley? No, it can't be the Witch's Cult. Actually, no, it could be. Crap, the Witch's Cult was attacking the capital because Emilia was there. Now Emilia is here. Meaning the Witch's Cult would attack here instead of attacking the mansion. Wouldn't they? Oh crap, it could actually be the Witch's Cult and they're attacking here instead of the mansion. Oh crap. Gotta go. Alright, Debbie, thanks for being here. You go get some nice rest. Oh. Well, bad relationships, I see, huh? I wish I could ramble, but I won't. I mean, you're always free to ramble, except for, you know, spoiler stuff. You're always free to ramble, except for when it comes to Deltarune, because I want to play that. So don't ramble about that. Also, if you know anything about this game, please don't ramble on about that, because, again, no spoilers. Please. Is it the Witch's Cult? Ah, lag. Oh my god, there he is! I see him! I see him! Petelgeuse Romani Conti, he's here. Very much rambling right now. Okay. The witch cultists and some guy who seemed to be their leader are blocking the way. Sorry, my throat. What is going on right now? My throat is killing me. Gotta drink some tea after this is over. Yeah, no rambling about that, specifically. I need to regroup with Amelia, but maybe I should calm down and think first. Why is my throat killing me right now? I don't get it. May have run with me, but there's just too many witch cultists to deal with. Might need the guards' help. And I should carefully plan our escape route too. You know what? Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm gonna... Hang on. I'm gonna quickly go and get something to drink. I'll be right back. Please wait for me to return. Okay, I'm back. An escape route, yes. Okay. So I feel like I really needed that. Not only was my throat killing me, but I was also getting lightheaded, which I still kind of am, but kind of fine. Alright, what happened? We play chapter 1. You can always do that. You go get a shower, you get that shower. It's very much, that is always a good thing. Gotta stay clean. Forget about the Nintendo Direct. I'm gonna go watch that before I get spoiled for it on Twitter. There was a Nintendo Direct. I completely missed that happening. I should probably watch that too. Oh yeah, no, I just did that. Yeah, we know. There was a Direct today. I'm gonna need to watch that later. ASAP. Get. We need to deal with them right now. We need to get to Amelia as soon as possible. Yeah. Well, in that case, I couldn't have caught it because I'm streaming right now. It's probably gonna pop out in my recommended or something once I open up YouTube after this is over. Oh no, shit is going down. See after I'm done? Alright. Though to be fair, the stream won't go on that much longer. Because you know, I think about half an hour more and the stream will probably end. I can't talk to the witch. Hello, witch cultist. Daily patrol, get. Also, diligence is something that the witches culture very much likes. At least Petelgeuse likes it. Can I talk to this dude? Oh my god, I can! It's time. You ready? Are you ready to meet the man, the myth, the legend, Petelgeuse Romani Conti? It's time. It's time. There he is. It's that dude. Yeah, you gotta introduce yourself first. Don't forget, don't forget who I am. You know, the whole you wouldn't happen to be Pride thing. You noticed the miasma coming off Subaru, right? So, please, notice and talk to me, rather than just killing me. A slender man don't mention Slender Man. A Slender Man suddenly appears before us. His glaring eyes lock onto mine, immobilizing me.
私が何者かですか？ああ、これは大変失礼したのです。私としたことが名乗り忘れていました。
Yes, please. It is time.
では、改めて名乗らせてもらうのです。私は魔女教滞在司教、タイダ担当、ペテルギウスロマネコンティです。
Why add the yes? I mean, I know you had to do something about the deaths part, but you don't just throw in a yes that's not part of anything. That yes just is not part of the translation. I don't know why you had to throw that in here. But okay.
ロマネコンティ。いや、それよりも。
Every single hair on my body stands up on end. It's not due to his creepy mannerisms or crazy personality, but rather his affiliation.
魔女教。
I mean, you figured that much.
それも滞在司教。
知ってるのか。なんなんだ滞在司教ってのは。
危険な魔女教徒の中でも彼らを盗撮している存在です。
The most famous, but the least powerful as far as I'm aware.
一番有名な。
As far as I'm aware, he's the least powerful of them, isn't he? Well, at least he's the least crazy. Which is odd, because... As far as I'm aware, the author confirmed he's the least crazy out of all of them. But after meeting Regulus, I mean, Regulus doesn't seem nearly as insane. I mean, yeah, sure, he's full of that whole, you know, self-love and how dare you not respect my rights kind of stuff. But Petelgeuse definitely seems more crazy than that.
さあさあさあ、私は名乗らせていただいたのです。であれば。
But he's not as powerful because he's not as in tune with his with this sin he's representing. With his witch factor. He's definitely not that slothful, which means he's not in tune with his sin, which means he can't use it to its full capabilities, unlike some of the other sin archbishops.
すでに大年を我が指先が巡り、勤勉にまんべんなく魔女への愛を示しているはずです。
You gotta appreciate this voice acting.
勤勉？愛？何を寝ぼけたこと言ってやがる。
His fingers, his minions, the people who he can pass his soul on to in the event that he shall ever die.
この光景のどこにそんなもんがある。そんな妄言のためにお前らは。
I scream out. That scene replaying once again in my mind. Or the horribly disfigured villagers. For what reason? What purpose were they brutalized like that? Not that any reason given would be forgivable, but...
狂人の妄言だって知って余計に我慢ならなくなったぜ。
It's not like you can fight him, just don't even try.
あげく王とでも同じことを。てめえら絶対に許さねえ。
スバル君、レムも全く同じ気持ちです。ですが、こらえてください。
In fact, I feel like Remwood has even more reason to be mad at them, considering her past. She actually has run into them before as well, as you might remember. Whereas Subaru, for you, technically this is the first time meeting them, not counting the fact that what happened before you died.
今はエミリア様と合流を。そして一人でも多くの人を助けないと。
Oh, he would like that. He can just follow you to Emilia in that case.
そうだ、その通りだよ。
Rem desperately tries calming me down, and I just barely manage to hold back my seething rage. If it weren't for her, I would have charged straight at the guy. Not like it matters, because you're probably about to be attacked by unseen hands. But Petelgeuse is looking right at Rem and me. No, he's only looking at me. Because of the miasma. Then...
ひょっとしてあなた傲慢ではありませんですか？
Now the question is, what is Rem's reaction to that gonna be?
密な寵愛、ただの信徒では至れない領域にあるのです。魔女はあなたを愛して。
I mean, Ram knows about the witch's scent, but what is her reaction gonna be to Petelgeuse talking about this?
その自覚があるのではないですか。であればこそあなたは傲慢。今代の空いた席へ座る最後の一人です。
With that, Petelgeuse laughs and laughs and laughs. While laughing, he sticks his fingers into his mouth. Oh, that's classic. Is he gonna start biting into them, bleeding? Yeah. All of a sudden I hear a dull cracking sound of something breaking. It's hard to believe what I'm seeing, but this guy breaking his own fingers with his teeth. The bones crack and I hear him tearing his own flesh, making me shudder in fear. That is just how he be.
痛いですね。実に素晴らしい生の充足です。
何をやってやがんだよお前は。
He's insane, and that's what we like about him.
痛みや喜びなのです。生きている証、肉体のある答え。ああ、実に素晴らしいです。あなたもわかるはずです。愛されているのです。ならば愛し返すのです。
So you're gonna hurt him now?
勤勉に誠実に愛を込めて愛。
Yes. What other emotion could you feel for this dude, by the way? You just gotta appreciate the guy.
岩にならねえ。
I realize now that it's no use trying to hold a rational conversation with Petelgeuse. The man's crazy, grabbing his head and bleeding from his fingers. So this is the witch's cult. I just got something, I didn't have time to read that. Yeah, he's interested in her.
それがどうした。
それは王と見るはずのハンマの名です。故にこそ我々は試練を与えなくてはならないのです。
ハンマハーフエルフのことか。それでエミリアに試練だとは。一体何をしでかすつもりだよ。
Well, you should probably figure that out. I mean, they're worshipping the witch. Emilia is, you know, she looks like her.
試すのです。器として機能するか。会えばよし、会わねば愛し。すべては魔女の寵愛に応えるためです。
You are insane. Plus, knowing your backstory, that just makes this worse. Petelgeuse continues shouting about his twisted love. I don't even know where to begin in trying to understand him. You can't. You just can't. But one thing's for sure. He intends on harming Emilia. I already know that the witch's cult is Emilia's enemy, so that makes them my enemy too. What do you mean your mind? It's my brain trembles. Why did you change the translation for this too?
どうやら見逃してくれる気はさらさらな
New
いら
image.
しい。
Nice. The capital in such a state, I am sure the Imperial Knights and even Krush have been dispatched. But the damage done already looks to be pretty significant. I need to make sure Emilia is okay.
レムやるぞ。強行突破してエミリアと合流する。
わかりました。レムが全力でスバル君を援護します。
What is your choice? Here we go, serious moment.
レムすまない。こんなはずじゃなかったんだ。
どうしてスバル君が謝るんですか？
This wasn't supposed to happen. I should have been able to handle this better.
俺の失敗の結果がこれか。
Yeah, we're definitely gonna die again and have to do it over. You know how this happens.
町一つ犠牲者の数が多すぎる。完全に恨みに出ちまった。何やってんだよ俺は。しかもエミリアだって無事でいてくれるかわからねえ。
スバル君、しっかりしてください。
Yeah, he's lost it at this point.
でも
スバル君がどんな問題を抱えているのかレムにとても分
Oh,
かっている
sorry, I skipped Ram's dialogue. How could I do
わから
this?
ないんですでも今何をするべきかは分かりますここで落ち込んでいても仕方ありませんエミリア様
Yeah, but if we try that, Petelgeuse will definitely follow us.
ああエミリアが心配だ一刻も早く合流したい
それではまずスバル君は何をするべきだと思いますか
Well, first of all, we need to escape. We need to escape to make sure the Witch's Cult can't follow us.
そうだよなここであれこれ反省しててもどうにかなるわけじゃないな
そうですそれでこそスバル君ですそれでどうしますかやはりエミリア様が向かった宿屋に向かうべきでしょうか
First, we need to get rid of the witches. First, we need to, make sure they aren't following us. Then we can go there.
いやエミリアが魔女教徒に追われてるんだとしたら宿屋に向かっても意味がねえ
Also that.
進行してきた魔女教徒に追われたエミリアは必然的に王都の中心に向かうことになるはずだ
確かにということは最終的に行き着くのは王と中央
Possibly.
の王城ですか
ああそんな気がしてる
Wait, did everyone
今日
leave?
はねえんだけど
Oh crap, everyone tuned out right now. Why? How come everyone tunes out once the Witch's Cult shows up? This is where it gets interesting. Why is everyone leaving now? We had 8 viewers earlier, like 8 or 7 viewers. Then we went down to 6 and now we're sitting at 2. For the most intense moment, everyone left. That is sad.
いえ根拠がなくてもレムはスバル君を信じますレムたちも王城を目指しましょう
Well, I mean, I know a lot of people let it out, like Debbie because of sleep, Fastback because of a shower, Smile because of, the direct. But just the fact that so many people left that we're down to 2 people now, that's a yikes.
ああけどそのためには
ペテルギウスとかいう滞在司教を突破する必要がありますね
So how do we do that?
何としてもあの野郎を突破して俺たちは王城を目指そう
Well,
はい何としてもここを突破しましょうスバル君のためにレムも力を尽くします
ありがとなレム俺はもう大丈夫だあの野郎を突破する方法をいろいろ考えねえとな
but I'm pretty useless in combat, and Rem can only take on so many opponents at once by herself. I also have no idea how strong that's an Archbishop Petelgeuse is either. With a prominent title like that, I think it's safe to say he must be pretty strong. So what can I do? Lucky for us, the guards patrolling the plaza are fighting against the cultists too. Turning point, let's go, decision time. Patrol, duty and sloth, ask them to fight together. That I can't do.
考えねえと
Yeah. That's all I can do. I only have one choice here. Ask them to fight together. Let's go. Change the future.
広場にいる衛兵たちと協力しようこれだけの数だいくらレムの戦力がずば抜けていても一人の力には限界がある
So having the guards on our side, that's definitely gonna be helpful.
それにあの滞在司教のペテルギウスとかいうやつの実力も俺にはすげえ気になるんだめったなことじゃレムはやられたりしねえとは思うけど少し慎重に行動しよ
わかりましたレムはスバル君の判断に従います
Good.
うそれでレム具体的にどの経路で広場を突破するかだが意見があれば聞く
But once Betelgeuse gets involved, you're all dead. You don't have a good strategy to handle his unseen hands right now. So once he gets involved, that's it. And there's very little you can do about that.
最短距離を行きたいところですがそれだと魔女教徒どもに囲まれてしまうかもしれません
Take the shortcut.
ですが 手薄なところを移動しようとすると必然的にかなりの遠回りとなります。
Still, I think we should pick the safe option.
ああ、そうだな。どっちにも一長一短がある。しかもどう進んだってあのイカれた滞在司教は避けられねえ状況だ。
She's right about the shorter path having more cultists along it. Less is more. But even if we choose the other one, it's only got a few cultists defending it for the time being. Who's to say when more of them will show up along the way?
しかもどの
True.
うちあのペテルギウスとかいう滞在司教は避けられねえ状況。
Just how are we gonna get through? Let's go. Take the shortcut, ASAP. Less is more, can't do anything here. We can only take the shortcut. Crap, okay. Oh, crap, it's lagging. Why is it lagging? Is that why everyone's leaving? Crap, why is it lagging so much? Ooh, crap, why is it lagging? Give me a moment. There we go. I clicked out of the game and everything's fine. The game is really not doing any favors right now. Okay. And I clicked back in and now everything's working.
最短経路を進もう。
How did clicking back out of the game and clicking back in solve the issue? I don't know.
手薄な経路を進んだところでその状態がいつまで続くかわからねえ。遠回りな上に魔女教徒がうじゃうじゃってんじゃ笑えねえし。
Okay.
多少リスクを背負ってもここは一気に通り抜けるのが最善な気がする。
Okay, we're gonna try to rush it.
わかりました、スバル君。最短距離で進みましょう。
This is gonna end horribly. We're gonna die again.
じゃあレム、早速行動に。
スバル君、待ってください。広場は噴水を中心に左右に道が分かれています。
So what, do we choose whether to go left or
ど
right?
ちらを進むかはちゃんと決めておいた方がいいでしょう。
なるほど。確かに細かい点まで意思の疎通ができてねえと動きづらいな。で、レムはどっちから抜けるのがいいと思う？
The one where Petelgeuse isn't?
右です。封鎖されてる通路を通れるようにしてもしもの時の退路を確保できると思います。
Okay.
なるほど。右側ね。でも、その退路から敵の援軍が来ないとも限らない。
Still,
逆にそこから
just do what Rem tells you
来て
to.
くれるかもしれねえけど。
確かにそういう可能性もないとは言えませんね。
封鎖された通路をどうするかを含めて、まずは右側から進むか左側から進むかを決めた方が良さそうだな。
Okay, another decision. And it's lagging again. Tag from the right. Tag from the left.
俺の考えは
Okay. So what do you think? Right or left? Right or left? You know, right is always right, so we're going right, I'd say. Since right is always right, we're going right. Let's go. Ooh. There we go. Change the future.
レムを信じて右側から進もう。
スバル君、ありがとうございます。レムが全力で活路を切り開きます。
Follow Ram's advice.
頼んだぞレム。だけどあんま無理すんなよ。エミリアの元へは一緒にたどり着くぞ。全員が無事じゃないと意味がない。
Let's go then.
大丈夫ですよ。それにエミリア様もお強いですし。
待て待てレム。そうやって変なフラグを立てないでくれ。
We're gonna die.
エミリアのとこまで一緒に行く。いいな。
はい、スバル君。
ということでレム、他に話すべきことはなさそうだな。
はい、大丈夫だと思います。
Well, and let's charge in.
よし、広場を抜けて王城を目指す。魔女教徒の数は多いが、なんとか切り抜けるぞ。
You won't.
はい、スバル君。
Maybe you will.
ここを切り抜けて
It will be a pleasant surprise.
レムは全力でスバル君を守ってみせます。
Here we go, full demon mode, let's go. The mission. Alright. I think it's lagging again slightly, but not too badly. We'll see. Oh, there it is. Okay. Hint, figure out Petelgeuse's mysterious powers, gather information and share it with Rem. Be forceful or seek help when needed. Get past him. Specific number of phases past Subaru dies is when I fail. Okay. Well, let's go. Briefing bonus is 3. A guard, something. Yeah. Okay. So what do I do? There's something to interact with over here. Check. Some cloth. Besides, these are all too flashy. Let's go! Come on, dudes, you can do this. Fight! You're gonna die, but you can help. Okay, let's see what else can we find. Check. Some uppers are stacked over here, but I'm not hungry, so I don't really have a use for them right now. More importantly, how do I get through here? I might just have to rely on luck and try to get through by force. Breaking through, get. The guard's gonna die. And so is the other one. Check everything, that's how you do this. If I move this box, I should be able to get through. The guards might be able to call for reinforcements if I open this path up for them though. What should I do? Yeah, we'll do it. Hopefully reinforcements will help. I don't think we have enough manpower. I should have the guards call for more help. Talk. Come on, tell him. I have to... What? Is it use? It's nothing worth using. Why can I not get them to call for help? Alright, I'm about to run out of stamina, so I'm gonna think. Could take a risk and make a run for it. Thinking didn't do anything. Oh wow, they're actually killing the dudes. They're actually winning. Oh, never mind. 1-1, one died. There's loot. Pride? The heck is this guy talking about? I need to get past him as soon as possible to get to Emilia. Crap.
俺なんかに
She'll die.
スバル君の邪魔はさせない。
Oh, I can see the hands.
なんという動き、なんという一撃。いいですね、あなた。これぞ勤勉の証。さあ、どうするのです。あなたの一撃は勤勉なる私によって止められてしまいました。次なのです。さあさあさあさあ、早く次を撃つのです。一発でダメなら2発、2発でダメなら3発、3発でダメなら4発、4発でダメなら5発、5発でダメなら6発でダメなら
Just keep attacking. Yep. Good advice, I guess. But you might have to change up your strategy if your attacks don't work.
勤勉を持って答えなくてはならないのです。なのにどうしてあなたは動きを止めてしまわれるのです。どうしてどうしてどうしてどうしてどうしてどうして
Because you're talking and it's rude, it would be rude to interrupt you.
あなた怠惰ですね。
You are indeed slothful is the better translation, because you are sloth, Petelgeuse. And you call others slothful. Adjective. Wow. Quality animation.
怠惰脳が
So we can see the unseen hand, right, Subaru? You can see it?
レムに何をしやがった。
So can you not see the hands? Because we can.
あなた寵愛を一緒に受けるあなた。
Oh.
なんだ体が
So he can't see it. Okay, so he cannot see it
あなたが
at this point.
一回目進歩の日ではないのです。もしやあなたの元にも福音が届いているのではないですか。
He has not.
なんだこの力。話しやがれ。
私はあなたに質問したのです。なのになぜお答えにならない。
He's just confused right now, because you just picked him up without a warning.
あなたへの寵愛は滞在司教にも匹敵するもの。私の問いに問いに。さあ
Yes?
さあさあお答えよ。
We don't have a gospel. Just say you don't have one.
怠惰ですね。
Slothful, please. Use an adjective when referring to people.
体が強く。
あなた邪魔なのです。私は今寵愛を受けたる彼とお話ししているのです。
Ouch.
邪魔
At least he's not killing her outright.
邪魔です。邪魔です。邪魔です。
But I think he might. I mean, he could have killed her a long time ago if he so felt like it. Just use more hands, you know?
さあ、勤勉なる私によって邪魔者はいなくなったのです。あなたにはじっくりとお話を伺いたいのです。ご一緒いただくことにしましょう。すべてを。
Oh, it's the kidnapping scene. Here we go.
我々の勤勉なる行いのすべてを。あなたにはその目でご覧いただくのです。
Ah, Petelgeuse, why are you so fun?
ペテルギュースとかいう魔女教の滞在司教に連れ去られた俺は上空からのある声を耳にする。
Oh. Oh crap, it's Puck again, huh?
僕の娘の命を失わせた罪を
And Emilia already died.
契約に従い
So we're gonna die
この
now.
世界を破壊し尽くす
How fitting, because I was about to end the stream soon because of the time and I was looking for a good opportunity. But I think we're gonna die, which means save point and good ending spot.
その声が俺が聞いた最後の声と
And this cutscene is lagging. And now we're fine again.
レムは全力でスバル君を
Wait. No. No. Why is the smoke lagging now?
スバル君大丈夫ですか
Okay.
俺は
There we go. Now, why was that lagging? Dizzy, I try to comprehend what's currently going on. Welcome back. You came just towards the end, and apparently our save point updated, like the return by death save point. I mean, to this. It looks like we're gonna return by death to this point now, where everything is already destroyed. Fun. I remember hearing a voice in the sky. Also this... For some reason the smoke effect is lagging whenever I click into the game. Whenever I click into the game it starts lagging out a little bit. But now it runs perfectly because I'm not clicked into the game. Now I click back in. What's going on? Rem is standing before me. If I remember correctly. Since she's in her demon form, I must have returned by death just as we tried... tied to get past Petelgeuse. As we tried tied to get past Petelgeuse. Excuse me, what?
はいスバル君のレムです
Oh, this is gonna be a tough one. Rem's alive. She's talking to me. That alone fills my heart with
大
joy.
丈夫ですかスバル君顔色がとても悪いですよ
I keep having to click out of the game because the longer I'm in the game, the more it starts lagging. And then I click out and click back in and everything's fine. Until it starts getting progressively worse again and I have to click back out and back in.
スバル君のすぐそばに
Why?
ちゃんといますよ
ああいるよなレムはそこにいてちゃんと生きてるよな
はいレムはここにいてちゃんと生きてます
What's with that smile? I don't like where this is going. Something is wrong. Something's wrong. Something's very much wrong. Here's Google Translate for these captions. I feel like they might have at some points. I'm already complaining about the translation a lot, but yeah, Google Translate might explain it a little bit, potentially. Just knowing that Rem is alive and with me right now makes me want to cry. But I can't just sit here and revel in our reunion forever. Emilia. We have to get Emilia as soon as possible, but to do that, we need to get by him.
すまねえレム俺はもう大丈夫だ
スバル君もう少し休まれた方が
No time to rest, we need to go.
心配無用だ一刻も早くエミリアタンのところへ向かおう
We'll definitely get past him. I'll be at Emilia's side in... Damn it, that didn't work out well. In no time.
よし行くぞレム
はいスバル君なんとしてもここを切り抜けて 王城を目指しましょう。
This is not gonna work out. Mission start. Here we. Oh, it just starts this over again.
ペテルギウスとかいうやつは能力も含めてあまりにも謎だ。
Yeah.
こんな状況でレムをあいつにぶつけるのは危険な気がする。
Mm-hmm.
まずはあいつの能力をちゃんと調べねえとな。
Wait. Now how do I... There we go. Alright. But we'll do that next time, okay? I'm gonna save it here. Hang on. There we go.
保存するのよさ。
Saving multiple times.
記録しておきます。
Okay. And now, we're gonna be doing that next time. But since I'm looking at my viewer count and it says there are 3 people watching, I feel like we could be doing a raid today. At least. Alright, now give me a second. While I look if it's worth doing a raid. If there's anyone live worth raiding in the first place, because if there is no one, then I can't raid anyone, because why I can't do a raid if there's no one to raid, you know. Let's see. I guess we could raid succubus decks, maybe, potentially. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna prepare that, and if people are leaving now, okay, we should be good to go. We should be good to go. Now, one more thing I need to do real quick is I need to set everything up so I can actually see what be happening. Okay. In that case, let's get ready. Right now. Yeah, and that was about it. In any case, goodbye, I guess. Didn't really time that well. So see you around.